Now we wait. No spilling my tea this time. Oh my god. Damn it. Hey, I see two people. What's up, guys? I was just going to light my Palo Santo and I see that I don't have my torch. Oh. They pulled up and left. Womp womp. Calvin, what's up, homie? How are you? It's so good to hear from you again, man. Thanks for pulling up, man. How are you? I feel like it's been a couple weeks since you last got on one of my lives. I'm at rock bottom. Why? What's going on, man? First of all, I mean, without even knowing your situation, I think it's really important that you're aware you're at rock bottom. That says something for sure, man. Yeah, what's going on? I saw you commenting on one of my videos not too long ago. You lost your job. Why? Did you get laid off or did you get fired for something? I see some people pulling up in the chat. What's up, everybody? If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, what's up? I hope you've all had a good week. And your visa runs out. What? What do you mean? Like you're in a country with a visa or something? All right, so I see some people pooling into the live now. Welcome. I'm sure it'll start ticking up for now. But yeah, if you're new here, my name is Devin. I run the YouTube channel Northwood Shaman, and I post content every week talking about spirituality and self-transformation. And yeah, every week on Thursday at 7 o'clock, I go live, and we just hang out and talk and ask questions. And the conversation always goes in some sort of unpredictable direction, you know, talking about aliens and politics and psychedelics and spirituality and all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, if you're in the chat and you want to hang out for a little bit and get to know each other and just share some dialogue between each other, feel free to drop any questions or comments or talking points or anything in the chat, and I would love to touch on any of it. Yeah, see, we got some people pulling up now. Jasmine, hey, I came last week. What's up, Jasmine? Welcome back. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I hope all of you have had a wonderful week. Diablo, let's talk about aliens. What do you want to talk about, homie? You want to talk about if they exist? You want to talk about what they look like? I sure as hell, I'll just say it, I sure as hell think there's aliens. Bizu, what's up, homie? What's up, bro? I forget what it was you said not too long ago, but you made a comment on one of my videos the other day, and I thought it was really beautiful. I think you were talking about how you haven't really looked that deeply into Hinduism and stuff. Greetings, Earthlings. What's up, homie? How you doing, man? What's up, Omi? What time zone? I don't know if you're referring to like when I go live, but I'm in Eastern time zone. Like I'm up in Maine on the edge of the country on the east of the United States. So I think it's EST, Eastern Time Zone. First time here. Well, welcome. Front towards enemy. We just hang out, shoot the shit, talk about anything that comes up. I like to talk about spirituality and manifestation and confidence and psychedelics, meditation, all that fun stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions about any of that stuff, or even just a talking point or a statement, let's hear it, bro. Oh, that's unfortunate, bro. I wish I could change it, man. I wish I could tell my mouth to do differently. Good to see you. Loved your live stream last Thursday. Thank you so much, Grace. That means the world to me. If I can remember correctly, you were adding such beautiful energy into the chat with a myriad of other people as well. It was just so beautiful. I remember the reason that I remember is because your name was Grace, and the energy that you were offering was just grace. It was so gracious, and graceful. Um, I've been snapped and probed by aliens. Uh-oh. Like that South Park episode. Calvin asks, is there any mantra you use? Not particularly. I generally use mantras sort of in like an affirmation way. I mean, obviously, if I'm meditating and I'm using the practice of japa, of repetition of a mantra, I'll repeat Ram or Om Mane Padme Hum or any of that kind of stuff. But as far as just like in my day to day life, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just breathe. Just breathe. It's okay. It's okay. Be here now. I usually have like a book on my side over here when I'm doing the lives, and I got Be Here Now with me this time. The rule is that when the chat goes quiet, I start reading from a book. uh, Easier to just say FTE, yeah. Diablo asks, have you done DMT? Yes, I have. I've done DMT anywhere, like probably in the ballpark of like 30 times. DMT is what I have the most experience with any substance, particularly psychedelics, and it's absolutely mind-blowing, man. And although I could go into all sorts of rabbit holes talking about DMT, what I do want to say is that even if you've never done DMT, you know that space, bro. You there's something in your body beyond your mind that knows DMT, it knows that realm, and is sort of, it's like you're ready for it. It's like you're ready to enter that realm. It's crazy. Like you do DMT and it's like you know that space. You've been there before, you know? I have a question. What's your biggest manifestation to date, yo? This present moment, man. This present moment on live on YouTube. My consistency with YouTube, the growth that I've been experiencing on YouTube, the levels of mental clarity and self-love and self-transformation that I've been experiencing literally within the last 3 months has, like, I am unrecognizable to who I was, like, no more than 4 months ago. It's crazy, bro. And like, I don't know if you'd call it like manifestation or something, but like transformation by all means, dude. Like I've stepped into this energy of self-love and being there for myself and voicing myself and showing up, and there's been this whole movement of inspiration when it comes to being a creator on YouTube and sharing my message and sharing what I have to offer with you guys. And this live is in the moment example of that manifestation. I used to never go live, and now I go live every single Thursday, and I chat it up with people. I chat it up with you guys, meet new people. The way that I feel about myself and where I'm going in life and what life is has completely rearranged itself from the past 4 months. Things have drastically transformed in my life, and I will say also that sometimes I feel like as far as manifestation goes, it can have a delay where you're not going to see it in the 3D. You could be thinking it, but you're not going to see it in the 3D for a while. You know what I mean? Like, and for an immediate example of this is actually pretty funny. But right now, I work in the cannabis industry as a hash maker, and I don't even smoke weed anymore. I don't smoke weed at all. I'm completely sober. But 5, 6, 7 years ago, the job that I have now was my absolute dream. I wanted to work in the cannabis industry. I had such a passion for hash and bubble hash and that kind of stuff. It was my dream to be doing what I'm doing now. But then back in 2021, I stopped smoking weed. I had this experience and I just stopped smoking weed. And next thing you know, one thing led to the next, and now I'm a hash maker. And I work in a laboratory making really high quality cannabis concentrates. And like I've thought to myself, like, damn, like this is like a delayed manifestation. Like where I am now, right now, when I open my eyes and look around, this is where I wanted to be 6 years ago. You know what I mean? But yeah, Diablo. I think it was who the hell asked me that? Somebody asked me about manifestation. I lost the message. Oh yeah, Bizu. Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, I lost it. Whatever. All right. Enough on that one. Grace, thank you very much. That means a lot to me. You're welcome. Thank you. Calvin says, I am trying to meditate every day. I have a lot of respect for Joe Dispenza, but I find his meditations so cheesy. Anyone have any idea of music that is not cheesy? Listen to fucking Calvin. If you have to leave this live right now, do it, bro. Listen to Stone in Focus by Aphex Twin. And I want to see it in the chat if any of you know that song, because that song is fire, bro. I actually used it in one of my shorts recently, but it's incredible. It's just this vibrating, this just drone. And when I listen to that song, it makes me think of like my whole spiritual journey and everything that's happened. And it's beautiful. Bizu asks, what was your deepest meditation experience? I've had a couple interesting meditation experiences where, and it wasn't traditional meditation where you sit down and you're quiet and you're focusing on your breath. I have had far out experiences doing that, but I've had one where I was chanting. It's in Hinduism, it's called kirtan, devotional singing, and I was chanting, and I don't remember what I was chanting. It was probably an array of different devotional songs, and I was just chanting. And I thought I chanted for 5-10 minutes, and when I closed the ceremony, I opened my eyes, like an hour had gone by, and it was so disorienting that I had been absorbed in this realm of devotional singing and emotion and just unity with the moment. And I mean, I guess you could say that that's kind of what meditation is flow and unity and a flow state, and you're not aware of the passing of time, and you're not thinking to yourself, I'm sitting here singing devotional songs, or I'm sitting here focusing on my breath. When meditation works, you go into a state of like absorption and flow and unity with just the moment itself, and like I've had some experiences meditating where just like I'm suggesting here, where you don't even I'm not even aware that I'm meditating. I'm just being, just pure being. And there is no reflection of, there's no separate segmented mind that's saying, I am meditating, I am focusing on my breath. That I collapses into just the awareness of this moment, which interestingly enough is available right now. But we're busy thinking, we're busy in the activity of the mind. But yeah, I've had experiences in meditating where that I collapses and merges with just awareness. And so what happens from that is there is nobody meditating, and it just is meditation. It just is this moment. And kind of like I was saying, like that isness is present right now, but overlaid onto it is just our sequence of thinking where we're all very busy thinking about stuff. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Crispy, what's up, homie? How you doing? I think I've seen you in the chat before. FTE says, me and a couple other military vets just started an annual getaway where we do shrooms. Very healing. That's fucking beautiful, bro. That is so beautiful. And I bet some people would be like, what the hell, taking mushrooms as a veteran? But I feel you, bro. That's incredible. I really love the way you answered my question. You have a beautiful young soul, bro. Keep at it. Thank you so much. That means the world to me, man. That means the world to me. What was the experience that stopped you smoking? I have heard it already, man. Well, so back in 2021, just real quick, back in 2021, I was smoking weed every single day. I had been a stoner, smoking every day for like 9 years. And back in 2021, I went to Utah for 3 days, and it wasn't legal there. So I was like, fuck it, I just won't smoke for the 3 days I'm here. I come back, and right when I get back, I load up my bong, and I hit my bong, and I proceeded to get astronomically high, higher than I have ever remembered myself ever being before, ever. And I had like panic and like anxiety, and I felt like I was on a fucking different dimension. I was like, my whole life felt like a dream. It was very reminiscent of psychedelic mental effects. And I was like, dude, this is fucking different. This is weird. And I woke up the next day, I got through that experience, went to bed, woke up the next day, and I said, all right, I'm going to smoke again. And if I get that high, if I get as high as I did last night again, I can't do this shit anymore. So I smoked again, and I got that high again. I remember I smoked and I went out on a walk in the woods. And next thing I know, I'm like, fucking time has disappeared, and I'm in this like, it was crazy, bro, how intense and psychedelic the effects were on my mind. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I can't fucking do this anymore. Like, the anxiety, the intensity was so suddenly prominent that I was like, I can't just do this casually like I used to. And just like that, I naturally just let it go. And I appreciate and revere weed so much. And it's so beautiful to know that I could go on a fucking soul shaman journey just by taking a rip off a joint and going out on a walk in the woods. I guarantee you right now, if I took a hit off a bowl or took a bong rip or anything like that, I would be on cloud nine. I would be on a whole nother psychological orientation, and it would be so potent and so powerful. And I kind of like that better than just the monotony of it not being intense and doing it every day and not wanting to go super long without it and all that shit. And yeah, it's profound, and speaking to that, it serves as an example of how, as far as addiction is concerned. Now I understand that they say weed isn't addictive and you can let go of it and stuff, but like, people that smoke weed every day and they say, I'm not addicted, I could quit, I just don't want to. Well, bro, that is addiction. Like, not wanting to stop is the backbone of what defines addiction. You don't want to stop, And obviously you can, and there's not this detrimental withdrawal. But what I'm saying here is, when you're ready to let go of something, it will go. And there will be no withdrawal of, oh my God, it's so hard to let this go, because you're done with it. You and that thing were together for a certain amount of time to work together, whether it was alcohol, heroin, weed, nicotine, whatever it was. If you're trying to let it go, it's not your time. But when you're ready to let it go, it will go away, and you don't have to worry about it coming back. It will move away from you naturally, and in a way, effortlessly. That's what I realized, not only with weed, but nicotine as well. Just to share really quickly, I want to get back to reading the chat, but yeah, I was vaping since I was like 16, and then last year, February of last year, I felt this weird pain in my chest, so I went to the hospital, and they said, yeah, your lung is collapsed, bro. You have a collapsed lung. And I was like, all right, I'm done vaping. And ever since then, I've never vaped, never smoked nicotine, never ingested it in that kind of way ever again, and I'm probably not going to. And just like that, the monstrous addiction of nicotine just vaporized and was gone. And it wasn't a problem because I had a good enough incentive to stop, and I guess for some people that the incentive of, hey man, you might die from this, isn't strong enough. Crispy says, this is all the work of God. Precisely, bro. There is a video that goes with it, a monkey in a hot spring. Yes, exactly, Calvin. Black Mirror says, hello. What's up, Black Mirror? Bakugo's girl says, what's going on? We're just live on YouTube, bro. We're just hanging out, talking about meditation, psychedelics, addiction, anything really that comes up. Anything you guys are curious or anything that piques your interest, I would love to touch on it. Obviously, within certain guidelines, though. But yeah, we're just live on YouTube, man. I started meditating about 3 years ago. I've had a few crazy experiences, freaked me out. Yeah, I feel you, bro. About the meditation thing, I've had, you know how they talk about like visions on, I had a vision while I was meditating. They're not joking, bro. And it's weird. Like, you ever laying in bed and you're going to sleep and you start dreaming and you start realizing, holy shit, I'm seeing my dream. And then you kind of come out of it, you know, you call it like daydreaming. That's how visions will occur during meditation, where you just sit down and you're just doing your normal nightly meditation or morning meditation or whatever it is, and suddenly you're watching this like collage of images, and it's weird shit. It's very, if you've ever done DMT, it's very much so like the closed-eyed visuals you have on DMT. And like there's been times where I'm watching like shapes and patterns and all this shit. Other times I'm watching like scenarios, like seeing people doing stuff, and I'm kind of just like mindlessly observing it, and then I realize, holy shit, what is this? It's like I'm watching this dream vision take place behind my eyes, and it's not like, oh my god, I had a vision of God. It's more so just like, I mean, you never know, but it's more so for me just like witnessing these patterns, very psychedelic, like just kind of happening on their own accord, you know. And it's like, wow, this is really interesting, and it gets fascinating to just sit there and watch them. I can't meditate. My parents hate it. Why? Meditation is like the least annoying thing you could do. Have you ever gone to a retreat? I want to go to one this year at least. You just get time away from your phone completely and detox. I have gone to a retreat. It's not really considered a retreat because it's basically, I just went and stayed at a Buddhist monastery for 5 days where they can take guests and that kind of stuff. And there is a regimen, there is a sort of strict schedule to it, but in the sense of it being like a big retreat where you meditate all day and that kind of stuff, I haven't done that. But yeah, I've gone to a Buddhist monastery twice. The first time I stayed for 5 days, didn't use my phone the whole time, and that was profound. It was beautiful. It's like this Buddhist temple out in the middle of the woods, a state away from where I live, like 2 hours or so away. And yeah, it was profound, and getting to spend the time away from my phone and focusing on being and focusing on where I'm at in my life, and just sort of following the teachings of forest tradition Buddhism. It was very nice, and it was very beautiful. You know, I'd wake up at 4 in the morning and get up and meditate for an hour at 5 in the morning with a group full of monks sitting silently in a room, and we would do this chanting, and very far out scene, very far out image, and I was just like, well, here I am, man, this is fucking cool. But yeah, meditating for an hour is no joke. Like, at least for me, meditating for an hour is like intense. My knees hurt so bad by the end of it, and like the restlessness and the boredom, and I can't imagine meditating for 10 hours like you do on actual retreats, you know. But yeah, I had a profound experience. I actually have a video on my channel, Grace, about sort of documenting my stay at the monastery. But yeah, it was a very nice time. Bizu says, girl, your parents don't have to know. It doesn't have consist of chanting. In fact, most of the time it's not. Do it before you sleep or after you wake up. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. It's just a trickster playing you. Chili, what are you referring to there, bro? But yeah, Grace, I actually have a really funny story. Last November, I went to the monastery again, and me and my friend go, and we were gonna kind of make this thing of like going every single year. Every November, we go for 5 days to the monastery. So we did it. We went to the monastery, and we planned to stay for 5 days. And the first day was all right. The first day was it was like welcome back, you know, and we're meditating and fucking doing the Buddhist monastery thing. And there's like a big chores period in the afternoon, you know, where you basically just like chop wood and carry water, you know. And day 2, we kind of started making jokes about like, what if we just left, bro? Like, you know, joking about it a little bit. Day 3, we left. We left because we both came to this conclusion that we don't want to be here. We felt it was unnecessary. We went to that monastery last November because we felt like we should. We didn't go because we felt a calling like that first time. We went because we felt like we should. It looks good on paper. I went to a Buddhist monastery this year. You know, it looks good, but we kind of realized we there's no reason to be here. You know, we felt this drive to just like, we don't have to be here. Like, and you know, me and my friend we'll go a good amount of time without talking sometimes and without hanging out, you know, and at this monastery it brought us together and we talked and we laughed and we caught up and we reminisced, and you know, we've been friends for 16 years, and yeah, we it was like we realized like the reason we came to the monastery was so that we could reconnect. And once we'd reconnected, there was no other reason for us to be there. There was no other motive for us to be there. And that's why we both simultaneously felt that feeling of like, let's leave, bro. And it was hilarious because like it's first thing in the morning. You don't want to wake up at fucking 5 in the morning to go meditate for an hour, you know? And I wake up, I skip morning puja. I skipped the morning meditation. I was like, I don't have it in me. I'm gonna skip this, dude. Whatever. And my friend Jake wakes up and he comes in my little room and he's like, you want to just leave, bro? And we both started fucking dying laughing because like everybody's here like on a soul journey, awakening and Buddhism and enlightenment and let's calm down, and we were just fucking cracking jokes, and then we left, you know. And it was so funny, dude. It was so funny. And like, see, I have a very high affinity towards Hinduism, the philosophies and the practices and the teachings of Hinduism. And to me, Hinduism is my life. The path of Hinduism is the very unfolding of my life, you know. And at the monastery last year, it felt like forced. It didn't feel organic to be at this monastery. It felt synthetic. It felt superficial. It felt like we were trying to be spiritual. But when we felt that uprising feeling of like, let's leave, the moment we left and we're in the car and we're listening to music and we're back in our element, it was like I felt so much more relaxation, so much more joy, so much more flow. And I just kind of like played with the idea that like, yeah, like this is my path. Whatever awakened within me the desire to leave this monastery, and now here I am driving down the road going back home, that is my path. I'm literally on my path, you know. And then it's the Buddhist path is very strict and very stable and secure and specific and dialed. But you know, in my opinion, Hinduism is just like fucking, like it's just wherever you're at, that's where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Christina coming in with the radical Christianity here. What's up? I get a lot of radical Christians in the lives. It's interesting. Altered States of Consciousness says, what up, brother? Yeah, getting away from the phone for days. First of all, what's up, homie? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good week. I don't know if you were in the live last week, but what's up, man? Getting away from the phone for days is something I'd like to do. Also had vibration and heaviness while meditating last night. Unfortunately, no out-of-body experience. So what was the vibration? Describe that more. What do you mean vibration and heaviness? Like throughout your body? Like you felt vibrations throughout your whole body? Something far out. Like, I've done like spontaneous mudras, where like in Hinduism, mudra is a gesture. You know what I mean? It's a movement of the body. And, you know, in yoga, we do all these bodily positions, but like they're called asanas. But when you get really far out with yoga, you start to realize that these asanas, these bodily positions, and these gestures are spontaneous manifestations of Kundalini. They're natural things. Where, like, if you sit down and you fucking meditate long enough and deeply enough, you will start doing yoga. You will start doing mudras. You know, like this shit, and like, you know how people put their hands like this, like Om, you know, on their knees, or you go like this, or like, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Those are mudras, and those are, in a deep way, spontaneous arousals of Shakti, of Kundalini, you know, but a lot of the time it's practiced to sort of tune you into that specific energy, you know? And yeah, it's so beautiful. Like, I've learned that this mudra, your hand on top of your head, means everything is under control. Essentially, don't worry, because God has it all under control. I'll find myself doing that. I'll just be like sitting on the couch like this, and I notice I'm doing, and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm doing the fucking mantra, the mudra, that everything's under control. And it's like an in the moment reminder to me, like, you're all good, man. Like, you're in the right spot. Everything's okay, you know? And sometimes I'll be like talking to my mom on FaceTime, and without even realizing it, she like, maybe she's getting an itch or something, and she's going like this, and I pick up on it. I recognize it. I'm like, oh my God, there's that fucking mudra. And if any of you know Ram Dass, his guru, Maharaji, there are numerous photos of him with his hand on his head like this. And the thing with saints like that is they're not trying to do mudras. Maharaji's not like, all right, I'm going to put my hand on my head and tell all these homies that everything's under control. It's spontaneous, like I was talking about earlier. It's really far out. Paco Lauren, Colorado says, hi, I have a question. What's up, homie? What's your question? Student HS says, sup, bro? You look like Barman. Am I right? I'm sure you meant Batman. I don't know, man. I have a picture on my Instagram of me wearing a Batman costume, though. Let's see here. Calvin says, above in the rectangular window is a man whose soul is not for sale, who shares his wisdom for love and not money. That is a man who, if you don't love, you don't love your divine self. Fucking amen, bro. Bizu said, I never asked about how is the blood moon for you. I meditated in the way you recommended. You said to meditate on the fact that we are alive and that we get to experience this moment. It was great. I felt very peaceful. Fucking amen. That's so beautiful. And unfortunately, your boy missed the lunar eclipse because I had an alarm set to wake up to it, but I set the alarm for the wrong fucking day. So I remember I woke up on the morning of the lunar eclipse. I woke up and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, shit. And I get up and I run outside, and I see that like it started at like 2:30 and was over at like 4 or 4:30 or something. And I went outside, and there's just this little shadow across the side of the moon. I'm like, fuck, dude. And like, it was still so powerful to witness that, you know, and but I missed the blood moon, unfortunately. But Bizu, I'm so glad to hear that you had such a moving meditative experience, you know. And yeah, everybody here in the chat, what Bizu's talking about is the meditation of just focusing on the fact that we exist right now. Like, pause for a moment. Take a breath and realize what the fuck is going on. Like, what is this? What is this experience happening right now? Where you're watching this guy on YouTube Live, and I'm sitting here reading comments from you guys. Like, what is this? What is this mystery? You know, and it doesn't matter your religion or your belief system or anything like that. When you sit down and you quiet down enough, you touch into this, like, eerily deep mystery. you know, feeling into like, what is this experience, you know? And that is like a preferred method of meditation for me, of just sitting down and focusing on the contemplation of just existence as it is, you know? Beezy says, I'm here in Puerto Rico and I watched the whole thing through the thick clouds, but regardless, it cleared up 4 hours after the blackout phase. Fucking A, man. I wish I saw that shit. Calvin says, that was just a comment on your stop idolizing your dreams, which I think is a transitional video of yours. You animated yourself in that video like I've never seen you do. Yeah, man, that's beautiful. Summer is pulling up, and I'm filming videos outside now, which I've been waiting to do. And that's interesting you say that, because I didn't notice any sort of difference in my energy in that video as I was filming it. But yeah, that's so interesting what you guys must be making of the content that you're watching. And what it's about is touching your guys' heart. And if it touches your heart in even just the slightest little way, that's what it's about, man. Soccer Lover says, I have a question, but has not dropped their question yet. So that's scary, considering what Paco Lauren Colorado had as a question. Yeah, I can't believe, Bizu, I can't believe you missed it. Thank you. I got to witness it for you. Yeah, man. Hey, this Saturday, I mean, obviously, I don't know if you guys are going to be in the path, but there's a partial solar eclipse happening. Oh, shit. I just accidentally turned my PC on. There's a partial solar eclipse happening, and I might drive up to see it. You know, it's nothing like a total lunar eclipse, but, hold on, I'm going to put this bitch back to sleep. Sleep. There we go. But yeah, this Saturday, look online and see where the path is of the partial solar eclipse. If you put eclipse glasses on, you'll see that the moon is fucking moving in front of the sun. Not in totality, but like making the sun look like a crescent. And it's called like a double sunrise because it's going to be first thing in the morning as the sun is rising. And it's going to cast this illusion of like a separate sun coming up. So I think I might go and see it. That sounds pretty far out. Altered States Consciousness says, I'm doing great, man. I was meditating in bed and almost lost concentration and fell asleep, but caught myself as I regained focus. I had my head started feeling vibrating and head started feeling heavy. I'm imagining heavier and had pressure. I tried to focus on it, but it faded away. Also had a weird dream last night. After that, in the dream, it felt like I was being watched, and I kept seeing pictures of triangles and squares that were unfinished on pages. That's far out. Dude, guys, I had a lucid dream the other night. First of all, altered states of consciousness, that's far out, bro. It sounds like you were going into like fucking REM as you were meditating, dude. But yeah. Oh, Squirrel Sniper says, greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Oh, what's up, homie? That is a beautiful way to put it. That's so peaceful and eloquent. Greetings. Thank you for pulling up. Yeah. I had a lucid dream the other night. You know, I woke up in the morning at like 4 in the morning and I got water. I was thirsty. And I went back to bed. And that right there is a pretty good way to have a lucid dream if you're interested in trying. It's called the wake back to bed method. You want to wake up at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, set an alarm. Wake up, get up for a few minutes, a couple minutes, 5 minutes maybe, and then go back to bed. But yeah, I went back to bed and suddenly I'm like, it's like I was it was like I was on a tour in this like medieval village. And there were people and we were being shown all around. And I remember I looked up. I looked up in the sky and the clouds looked like dust sitting on top of glass. Like it looked like I was in a snow globe. It looked like dust on top of a snow globe. And I was like, and in that moment, it triggered my awareness. And I was like, I'm fucking dreaming right now. And I said, okay, so I can control this shit, right? So I tried to manifest somebody. I was like, I'm gonna manifest this person. I'm gonna materialize them right in front of me, you know? And I tried to manifest this person, and I felt this intrinsic like doubt. I was like, there's no fucking way I can make this happen. And when I felt that feeling, I also had this awareness, that's why I can't do it. Is because I doubt it. And I tried to manifest and materialize this person right in front of me, and I didn't believe I could. And then from out of the right side of my vision, this person walked up, and it was this girl, not who I was trying to manifest, and she looked at me. And when we locked eyes, I felt this like rising panic. And I forgot to mention, when I went lucid, like when I looked up at the sky and was like, holy shit, I'm dreaming, I also became simultaneously aware of my body laying in my bed and the feeling of my eyes closed. I was completely conscious on both planes of existence, of the dream and the reality of laying in my bed. But yeah, when I looked into this girl's eyes in my dream, I felt this like rising wave of panic. And I started like panting. I was like fearfully panting, and it woke me up. I kind of like willed myself out of it because it was so scary, and for some reason. I don't know why it was scary. But yeah, I had a fucking lucid dream, and I tried to manifest somebody and doubted it, and I think that's why I couldn't. Squirrel Sniper, what a wonderful time to be alive and see through the veil of deceit. Synchronicities getting strong, every turning of the stars. Fucking right, man. That is some beautiful energy I feel from you. Beautiful energy. Axel says math is only as good as the outside math that a part of it. I don't know exactly what you're saying there, but I kind of vibe with that. It kind of makes sense. Calvin says, you are mastering the art of communication. In that video, I felt the light pouring out of you like never before. I can't think of a purer speech and flow from the soul. Scar in the woods comes close. Thank you so much, Calvin. Your love never goes unnoticed, homie. I see you commenting. I see you pulling up in the lives like this. And it means the world to me, man. It means the world. The love and the attention and the recognition, man. It really does. Kaushal K, are you a veteran? Thank you for your service. I'm not a veteran, but you're welcome. DK Vision said, what's a lucid dream? A lucid dream is when you become aware that you're dreaming. Yeah, exactly, Squirrel Sniper. Yeah. Calvin says, can you call upon states of consciousness through meditation? AKA, can you get high naturally? I don't meditate to go into different states of consciousness, but I kind of define high as just being present, being clear, being mentally clear, thinking clearly, being in the moment. You know, like I can feel it. And yes, I can sort of move myself into different states where I can feel when my energy is starting to drop into like a lower vibrational state. And out of those low vibrational states, I do low vibrational shit. So what I do when I feel myself stooping into the low vibrational state is, you know, like if I'm at work, I kind of just become very present with what I'm doing and just breathe and allow and have faith that this low vibe state is moving through me for a greater reason. And naturally, when you stop engaging with the negativity and thinking, oh my God, this sucks and oh, that's so horrible and I'm so sad and this sucks and I don't want to be here and whatever the stuff is of your negativity, when you don't engage with it but rather just watch it and allow it, it's like your body realizes like, oh, I don't have to fight. I don't have to be upset. I don't have to be scared. I don't have to be sad. I don't have to be overwhelmed. You know, the very fighting of it makes it more intense. I shouldn't be angry. Oh my God, I'm so sad. How do I get out of this? You know, I'm overwhelmed. I need this to stop. All that resistance perpetuates the presence of that negative state. And what I am learning is that by just allowing, by just allowing and letting go of the resistance, letting go of the fighting, it's like my body starts to feel allowed. It starts to feel accepted. It starts to feel understood. And it's almost like, if you could imagine like your inner child being like, oh, like my feelings are valid. My feelings are real. My feelings matter. And when you acknowledge the inner child, when you just think of your child, when you acknowledge the child, they stop throwing the tantrum because they've been seen and they've been heard and they've been considered. They haven't been isolated and you shouldn't feel that. You shouldn't be thinking that. I shouldn't be mad. I shouldn't be sad. I shouldn't be overwhelmed. I shouldn't be angry. All that resistance. What you're doing is you're putting yourself in timeout. You're calling yourself dumb. When you resist your emotional states, you're calling your body, mind, and soul dumb. You're saying, I shouldn't be feeling this. And what I've been learning is that by allowing, your body comes into this natural relaxation. This tension releases. It says, oh, I don't have to fight. I don't have to live in this activated, this restless energy of whatever the negative state is that I'm experiencing, and it naturally begins to dissipate. It naturally begins to release. And it's like by resisting it, it's like putting wood on the fire, and you keep the fire going so you can keep resisting it. But when you stop resisting it, you just kind of sit back and watch the fire, and eventually the fire goes out. And the fun part is when you stop, like when the low vibe goes away, there's a natural counterbalance of coming back into a high vibe. And for me, the defining factor of a high vibe is mental clarity. I'm thinking clearly, I'm feeling clearly, I'm articulate, I'm calm, I'm present, I'm passionate, I'm intentful in every little thing I do. I'm sort of like a walking flow state when I'm high, you know, and like you will return to that state naturally when you stop resisting. Like you can think of like going into a low vibe state as like pushing a ball underwater, you know, like a bouncy ball underwater. And you know how it's like, it wants to come up. And you're pushing it under, and there's all this resistance, and it's keeping it underwater in all that negative shit. And what do you do to come back into a high state? You let go. And the ball naturally comes back up. So when you let go, when you stop fighting your state, when you stop resisting, the natural result of that is coming back into a place of clarity. So, yeah, in a long-winded way to say that, Calvin, yes, I can get high naturally, but it's an art, and it's something I practice every single day. And it's something I recommend all of us practice, is getting high on your own supply, you know? Axel says, hold on. Axel says, what if we enter the life of another being when we dream? Oh, the life of another being when we dream in some, but we see them, but we act as them, if them. I'm having a hard time understanding what you said there, Axel. Who's spamming all those hearts? What's up, homie? I see you. You guys really understand what we want the most at that. Axel, I'm sorry, but I don't understand that message. I do dousing myself. This realm is not what we think. Squirrel Sniper, I don't know what that first part means, but that second part, this realm is not what we think, I highly agree. Leeds Collector says, Technology Jesus. I like that, man. That's sick. Altered State says, 85% of my lucid dreams happen after I piss around 3 to 4:30 in the morning. I see all those hearts. That's hilarious. It's a great way to lucid dream. How often do you lucid dream? Per week or month? Dude, per year. I don't lucid dream frequently at all, man. And I'm sure if I like implemented more structure and practice, like effort in trying to lucid dream, I would. But I don't try to lucid dream, and this one that I just shared was like the first one, uh, like kind of ever, to be honest. I've had dreams where I'm like, kind of, I'm dreaming, but it's not like a lucid, like concrete knowing. You know what I mean? All right, what's going on down here at the bottom of the chat? The spiritual witch is here in the chat. What's up? If any of you want to know, the spiritual witch is my beautiful mother. Such a beautiful soul. Her and I have definitely danced through different lifetimes together. The depth of the connection we feel in this life is so deep and so much. It's not just mother and son. It's like two souls back together. You know, it's profound. What's going on here? Black Mirror knew, dude. That's crazy. That's so cool. Black Mirror, how did you know my mom was in the chat? That's profound. Altered State says 85% of my lucid dreams. Oh yeah, I read that. You can through breathing techniques. Squirrel, what are you referring to? Like lucid dream? Axel says, I feel being high only access to those. Are you... Axel, I feel like you're speaking broken language there. It's hard to understand what you're saying there, man. I appreciate the effort, though, man. What people think of you is none of your business. That's the key. Facts, bro. Facts. And somebody earlier asked me what my biggest manifestation to date was. That's it. Is realizing that all of you in the chat right now, I have no control over what you think of me. All I can do is just be me, you know? And one moment. Something that I've realized that's literally changed my life through and through is that we silence ourselves. We play small. We hide ourselves. We hide in the corner. We stay quiet. We keep the peace because we think that that's how we're liked. That's how we do better. That's how we show up, is to just get along with everybody and play nice, and don't be argumentative. Don't say what I think. Don't post that. Don't share that. Don't do that because they might not like it and then they won't like me. So we suppress ourselves, and we sort of water ourselves down to accommodate watered down people. And by doing so, you're not being you. You're not showing up in the world as you. You're showing up in the world as what you think others want you to be. And so the people that are in your life that you call your friends, since you're living this fake life, you're hiding yourself, you're silencing yourself, you're suppressing yourself, they don't know who you actually are. So therefore, you don't even know if they like you or not. What they like is the version of you that you think they want you to be. The version of you, the persona, the masquerade that you're projecting. And so you realize that when you fake in that kind of way, when you play pretend and you don't show up, you're attracting people that don't actually like you, but rather like the version of you that you're pretending to be. And there's no better way to smother your feeling of connection and to become increasingly lonely and lost and sad and feeling isolated and all not heard. That's a guaranteed surefire way to get that feeling. But what I've been realizing is that when I share my opinion, when I show up, when I post that picture that oh my God, what are they going to think? They're going to think I'm so weird. Fuck it. Post it. If they hate it, if they hate on it, if they don't like it, if they judge me and criticize me, that's a good thing because I'm weeding out the people that don't respect me. By being me and showing up as me and standing up for myself and voicing myself, the people that bitch and moan about it are the people that I can guarantee I'm not meant to associate with. And now people are reacting or rather responding to who you actually are, because now you're standing in the confidence and the authenticity of who you actually are. So now the world actually gets to see you. And when you start living from authenticity, that's when you're going to start finding out who respects you, who appreciates you, who's there for you, and also the snakes that don't appreciate you. The snakes that just wanted something from you or liked the version of you were pretending to be. Kind of like how you're like addicted to a drug and then you stop doing the drug and all the friends you hung out with think you're a loser and like don't want to hang out with you. Exactly. It's because you're fucking growing and you're bettering yourself and you're not living on that low vibe anymore. So now those low vibe snakes don't want anything to do with you because you're living from a higher vibration. And I've had people leave my life literally within the past 3-4 months. I've had people judge me, criticize me, put me down, say I'm not enough. Like these lives, for example, so many people come in, who are you? What are you talking about? And all this stuff. And all I can do is take it in as a teaching that the fact that that I'm being me now, what people are responding to is me. So if they don't like me, that's not my problem. I'm not here to make you like me. I'm here to be me and to attract my people, to find my people. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And the question is, how are you going to attract your tribe if you're not on your vibe? So, be you. Squirrel Sniper, thank you for that comment. That was fucking inspiring. What do we got? Grace says, it's not the emotion itself, it's how we feel about the emotion. Facts. I'm down at the bottom of the chat now. Mama says, you're not a match to your true vibe when being inauthentic. Exactly. Exactly. And it's so crystal clear apparent to me now that when you're not being true to you, the people in your life, your partner, your friends, your coworkers, your boss, strangers even, family, they don't know you. They're responding to the image you're reflecting. And let's just say you kind of test the waters a little bit and you say, somebody's treating you like shit, your partner, your friend, your coworker, and you say, hey, I don't like that you treat me like that. And they gaslight you. They say, you're making a big deal out of it. It's not a big deal. Why do you care? It's nothing. You're the one that gives a shit. And they start invalidating you and gaslighting you. You can be sure as hell that they don't respect you because you just voiced how you felt and they shut your ass down. They're saying, don't show up. They're saying, silence yourself. You're not allowed to say how you feel. You need to return to playing small. Because the version of you that plays small is the version of you that I resonate with. So when you stop playing small and you fucking stand up, the people you thought were your friends turn out to not be your friends. And it can be really rough, really harsh and mind-blowing to realize that the people that you thought were closest to you were only close to you because you were playing small. Because you didn't respect yourself. You didn't love yourself. You weren't voicing yourself, Baruch says, who are you but just a collection of stories and people that you've met? What you are, bro. There's a quote in psychology that says, man is the sum total of his experiences. But I don't think that's true. And that what you just said there, who are you but just a collection of stories and people that you've met, that's your ego. That's what the ego is. The ego is what's happened to me and my hobbies and my personality and my friends and my fears and my desire. All that personality stuff, that's the ego. That's not who you are. That's the ego. Who you are is the fucking soul. The one that's looking out of these eyes. Who you are is the fundamental experience of reality that you're having right now. Which has nothing to do with who you think you are, which is the ego. Right now, this experience of reality, what does this have to do with your hobbies or the experiences you've been through or your name or your age or your gender or your religion? What does the nature of this experience right now have to do with any concept, with any idea? Nada, nothing. The experience itself right now, you guys on live, watching me talk, this experience has nothing to do with our ego, with our concepts of who we think we are. And this experience right now is who we really are. Just existence. We're all just here existing together. And the only thing that separates us is kind of like Baruch suggested here, our amalgamation of stories and experiences. That's it. That's the only separator there. For instance, a parent doesn't speak about their true emotions of feelings to their child. You refrain from speaking what's happening to spare the child from trauma and undue stress. I mean, I know what you're saying there. My mom, if she's still in the chat, she probably has an interesting perspective on that, of refraining from sharing the depth of your feelings to not traumatize your child. I think there's a happy balance, you know? If your child asks you, "How are you, mommy?" or whatever, and you say, "The fucking world is meaningless and I don't know where I am and I don't like my life," that might be a little bit frightening and startling to the child. But yeah, developing a sort of balance of not refraining in entirety from sharing your feelings with your child, but also not trauma dumping on your child, you know what I mean? What we got here? L equals learning. What's this mean? L equals learning, I equals information, F equals from L. I don't understand that. The people are people who see themselves as someone else. They see a one eye, but you are yourself. You can't hold a reason to move on before you can truly understand yourself and reason after all done. Axel, I think I'm vibing with what you're saying there, man. That, like, the point of being here is to realize who you really are. Santa isn't real? No fucking way. Mom, you've been lying to me. You told me Santa was real. Baruch's over here saying that Santa doesn't exist, man. I'm sorry, I got a little bit of a runny nose. St. Nicholas was a real person. Oh, shit, here we go. The argument commences. It's actually called discernment and critical thinking. Squirrel, I don't know what you're referring to there. Grace says, "You're underrated, friend. You will do good things with your life." That is so beautiful, you know, and all I can say to that is it takes one to know one. Whatever you're seeing in me is a reflection of that very same capacity within you. And that's another thing that I've been learning recently is, you ever feel like people around you aren't as deep as you, you know? Well, and they like kind of make it seem like you're being too much or you're too deep or too dramatic or too emotional, whatever that shit is. What it is that you are touching a deeper depth than they're able to touch into. They're literally not as deep as you. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They don't know what you're vibing on. They don't know the level you're at. So when you tell them with utmost passion and expression and exuberance the beauty of life and the beauty of emotions and art and creativity and passion, and they're like, cool. And you just feel like it's a fucking wall, you can be sure that they're not tapped into the depth that you are. They may not even be able to touch into it. You know, you ever had somebody say, like, somebody's like crying about something or thinking about something, kind of panicky about it, and the other person's like, "It's not that deep." Bruh, you know what I realized? That person that's being too deep, it's at least as deep as that person that's being over dramatic. What it is, when they say it's not that deep, what they're saying is, I'm not that deep. I can't touch in. I can't drop into that depth. I'm not able to vibe with the depth that you're coming from, you know? And like when you see somebody, when you're in a relationship and you're in love with somebody, oh my God, I love you. You're so beautiful. You're so you are an angel from God. You want to know what you're doing? You're seeing the depth to which you can experience love, beauty, passion, romance. You're projecting it. You're personifying your own beauty. You're clothing somebody else, another soul, with your depth of beauty and love and romance and passion. That it's not coming from them. That depth that you feel of love that we've probably all felt at least once or twice, that depth is you. You're giving that to them. You're decorating them with your fucking beauty. It's not coming from them. And the illusion that it's coming from them is what causes the heartbreak. It's what causes the feeling of, oh my God, my love is gone. They've left me, you know? Like they were where it was coming from. They were the source of that beauty, of that love. And now that they've left me, I'm empty inside. But that's an illusion. It always has and always will come from you. That depth of love and that beauty and that infatuation. That's something that we've created this condition where I can only be in love when this person comes into my life and triggers it. And then we go, oh my God, I'm in love. You're so amazing and beautiful. But that energy, where is it? Where is the energy taking place? In you. It's inside of you. It's never been given to you by them. It's a condition that you've set up within yourself where you're only giving yourself permission to feel that beauty when that person's there. And then when they're gone, because you were under the impression that it was coming from them, you think you can't feel it now. You think my love has disappeared. And so what you do is you close the gates of your heart because of that illusion that you're thinking in. So that's fucking crazy. Something I've realized, like when you see somebody that's wise, oh my God, you're so wise. How do you know that? How do you know somebody is wise if you don't have a preconceived understanding of what wisdom is? How would you know what wisdom is? Same thing with ignorance. Oh, he's so ignorant. How do you know that? Because you have ignorance within you. What you see is where you're coming from. What you see is where you're seeing from. The world literally is a mirror. It's crazy. What's going on here? Magic is real, Santa is real, and the earth is flat and round. Let's go. That's getting pinned. I'm going to pin that shit. All right. All right. Squirrel Sniper says, we require the ego. It's our navigator. But once you realize the ego keeps you controlled by your conditioning and beliefs. I feel like that's an incomplete sentence, but I get what you're saying there. We require the ego. It's our navigator. I feel that. Terrence McKenna always described it that the ego is so that I can put food in my mouth instead of your mouth, you know? The way that I think about the ego is that it's what localizes consciousness. Like the ego, one moment. The ego is so that I can this experience of reality, the ego localizes it within this body, where it seems like I am experiencing reality. And that's so I can perform my duties and perform my actions. And honestly, to create the reality that I'm meant to create. It's meant to create that individuation so that we can all act as different facets of the experiences we're meant to have together. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. It's kind of a far out idea, but I feel like the ego is sort of a veiler. It's what funnels down. You know, like transformers have like energy transformers have like drop down transformers to lower the intensity of the electricity of the voltage. I feel like that's kind of what the ego is. It's all pervasive consciousness. And the ego is like a drop-down transformer that allows that all-encompassing awareness to be experienced as me and you, or you and I. You know what I mean? Oh my god, this tea is fire, bro. I'm sipping on some chai tea. If all pushes on and if you could push back, what does meaning itself have to soul? Axel, I love you. I appreciate your comments, but I can't really understand them, man. Squirrel Sniper, you got him good there, fucking John Stewart, his little shiny noggin. I see you as the pop star from GTA, but more on highs. I don't know what that means. Cusp of Exposure says, North, you seem to be a down-to-earth kind of guy. You're definitely dropping some gems, but you shouldn't be yourself in any relationship. Change is good. Well, your friends let you know when you're being insane, and a lover holds you to a standard. Well, why can't we hold ourselves to that standard? You know, if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm not gonna put it on you to let me know when I'm being out of line. I mean, obviously, if we're both in a healthy space, we're gonna, two sets of eyes is better than one. We're going to sort of guide each other and stuff. But that comment there, but you shouldn't be yourself in any relationship. Change is good. I don't necessarily agree with that, man. I think being yourself is the key. Authenticity is the key to leading a life of meaning. If I'm not being myself in a relationship, that's not good. That's not good for me, and that's not good for the person I'm in a relationship with. And you say change is good. It's like you're implying that by being myself, I'm refusing to change. But by being yourself, you're more than ever open to change. You know what I mean? Yeah, I see what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying, but where I'm at now, man, like, if I can't be there for me, if I can't stand up for me, if I can't be me, then what purpose do I serve in any connection, friendship, romantic, anything? You know what I mean? Because self-love is the prerequisite to any kind of love. You know, if I'm not connected with myself, I can only connect with you to the extent that I'm connected with myself. You know what I mean? And I feel you about friends, like friends, both partners and friends, keeping each other in line, but I don't think that's what they're there for. You know what I mean? Love can be good or bad, but a step is need to stale. 5 forward before 2 backwards. 300. Oh, shit, Axel. I love you, bro. Love comes with conditions. Lust and liking has no condition. That is a very interesting perspective, Cusp of Exposure. What do you mean by that, by the way? Lust and liking has no condition. Like, yeah, that's you'd think it's completely the other way around, where lust and liking is what's conditional, but love, rather, is what is unconditional. So, yeah, that's definitely an alternative perspective there. There is only unconditional love. Facts. I feel that, Squirrel. What do you think of the law of the spirit? I scrolled down to the bottom of the chat, by the way, so if I missed you, I'll touch back in a moment there. What do you think of the law of the spirit? The spirit juxtaposition to flesh. Could you expand on that a little bit? I'm not too sure what you mean there. All right, what's going on here? Mom, I don't know what you're laughing there. Hippie dude too high. Oh shit, I'm too high, man. I'm too much of a high hippie, man. I'm just hippie dude highing it out, man. Yes, there is only unconditional love from source, and we are all its fractals. Facts. Unconditional love is dangerous. It only sets someone up for abuse. Well, okay. We don't know what unconditional love is. First of all, I agree with Squirrel that everything at the end of the day is unconditional love. But honestly, a lot of us have never experienced unconditional love. Unconditional love means unconditional love. I love you unconditionally. Okay, is it okay if I go and cheat on you? Will you love me if I cheat on you? Of course not. I'd break up. I'd hate you. Fuck you. That's not unconditional love, man. Unconditional love is unconditional love. Are you ready for that? Unconditional love is God-like, saint-like. So, to that extent, cusp of exposure, I do agree in a sense that the love that we experience is conditional based upon our morals and standards and how we act with the world, you know? Like I've heard this quote, it says, do what you do with another individual, but never put them out of your heart. Meaning, if somebody wrongs you, if somebody betrays you, if somebody abandons you, like, one second. Really hear that. Do what you do with another individual, but never put them out of your heart. If somebody fucks you over, if somebody wrongs you, loving them doesn't mean keep engaging with them. I love you, so even though you fucked me over, I'll just keep hanging out with you and spending time with you. I'll stay with you even though you cheated on me. I'll stay with you even though you abused me. Nope. You can leave them. You can kick them out of your life. You can get rid of them. You can stop talking to them. You can stop associating with them. But you don't have to hate them. Love them from afar. Love them from a distance. Love them and understand that I love you, but I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to dance with you. We have no 3D stuff to do together. I love you, but from a distance. You do you over there. I love you, but we can't engage with each other anymore. And I think that's really important, that love doesn't mean you can do whatever the hell you want to me, you know? Love is a state of being and how we engage with each other, you know? Unconditional love is... Ooh, okay. Squirrel and Cusp are talking about it. You just haven't found it. Yeah. Unconditional love is far out. It's called dungeon programming. That's because of the properties of water. Always find its level. I love that. I don't know what you're referring to there, Squirrel, but water always find its level. Fuck yeah. Ross M. talking about all spirituality is proved by Jesus Christ, not Christianity, which is still majorly trapped in ego, but Jesus Christ Messiah. Amen, Ross. What's going on down here? The chat's going off. I love you guys. I love you. Yeah, facts. Unconditional love is not unconditional tolerance. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Gotta head out, man. Much love. Thanks, dude. Keep being you. I love you. Altered states of consciousness. You're probably gone by now, but thank you. I appreciate you, man. Axel, if you see me skipping over your comments, man, I apologize, but I'm having a hard time understanding your comments. I'm sure that, I mean, I imagine that English isn't your first language, but that's why I'm kind of skipping over, is I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around what you're saying there. Ross says, the flesh is sort of at odds with the spirit of humanity, and the flesh, ego, are two sides of the same coin, from what I can see. I still am having a little bit of trouble fleshing out what you're saying there. Jay Rogers, what's up, homie? Are you still in the chat, man? Good to see you, bro. I like seeing you pull up here. Living in a world where Calvin fucking referring to the WAP song. Nice, man. Ross, you're clarifying what you were talking about there. Yeah, I don't know what you mean about the juxtaposition between spirit and flesh. What are you exactly referring to there? Goku versus Naruto, Cannabis Cup. Yup. Rock and roll. This right here was the first cannabis job that I had at 21 years old, right when I was allowed to work with weed. I started working at a dispensary, and it was called Grow Room. And they had a coffee cup, and I still rock that shit. Slight Mental Issue says, what's this for? Whatever you want it to be for, man. We're just here hanging out. There's not really a purpose other than to just hang out and talk and get to know you guys and meet new people and just catch up, you know? I go live every week and we just kind of chat. Calvin, I appreciate you so much, man. Your love, I love it. I love it. I can feel it so deeply, man. Cusp of Exposure says, okay, North, this is what I mean. When you love someone... Oh, the only unconditional love that exists comes from God. Oh, that's so funny. As you were typing that, was I saying it? That's fucking hilarious. That's Squirrel says, that's why I said there's only unconditional love. Anything else is an illusion that we have created ourselves. Yeah, fuck yeah. I feel that, man. I feel like we're all kind of on the same page there. That unconditional love is like the real love, but we've kind of veiled ourselves, obviously, from that depth of love. J Rose, you're, what's up, bro? Goku says, spark up a joint. Homie, I don't smoke anymore, man. Jay Rogers can speak to that. He's my fucking friend, man. And he smokes like a chimney, bro. And he always wants me to smoke with him, but I don't do it anymore. I don't do it. Axel says, put your heart with your love, not your lust, but the heart to guide them through a story. A compliment like a... A compliment like Odysseus. I appreciate you, homie. What Miracle Express? What is the best way to determine if the person you're with is right for you? Okay. What is the best way to determine if the person you're with is right for you? You guys are still together. If they're right for you, you're right for each other. You're gonna stay together. This is destiny. That's how it works. If you're not right for each other, they're gonna leave, you know. And even if it's a fucking, I may be coming in a little left field from what you're really asking, but even if they're treating you like shit, there's a lesson being taught there. There's a lesson being taught there, and hopefully the fruit of that lesson is you realizing that you shouldn't be with this person, you know. But I'd say the best way, like. What I'm talking about is destiny. If you're with somebody, you're meant to be together. If you and a person break up, this is meant to happen. You're not meant to be together. So many people break up with somebody and they're like, we were meant to be together. They're my soulmate. We were meant to be. Bruh, if you were meant to be, you'd be together. You're meant not to be. That's why you're not together. What does meant to be mean if you're not together? If you're not together, it means you're meant to not be together. The right person is the one who's there, the one who stays, you know. And on a more rational level, if you will, the right way to determine is how do you feel with them? You know what I mean? How do they make you feel? Do they invalidate you? Are they argumentative? Are they abusive? Are they toxic? You know, how do you feel with them? Do you feel like you're trying to be with them? Do you feel like you're putting on a front to impress them? You know, kind of ask yourself those realistic questions, those sort of simple questions of how do they make you feel? Do you enjoy what you guys do together? Are your life goals aligned? Are they committed? You know what I'm saying? Very, you know, simple stuff like that. But yeah, I would say... the best way to determine that would be kind of, it's to come out of your, because like if you're infatuated with somebody, it kind of blurs the lines between how good they are for you or not. You kind of get lost in, oh my God, I love you, you know? And that sort of creates a sense of mental fog, unclarity. So when you first of all need to establish what right for you means. How do you want to be treated? How do you want somebody to show up? How do you want to live your life with somebody? What do you want to do with somebody? So you need to establish what right means, and then be able to sort of come out of the fog of your infatuation using logic. That's where the power of masculine grounding is so important, of being able to come out of your, oh my God, I love you, and be able to see, how is this person treating me? How is this person talking to me? Are they consistent? Are they consistently showing up in my life? You know what I mean? So kind of like that, just kind of feeling it out, man. Grace says, have you ever had a dream from a past life? I always dream of a same place, and it said you can't dream of a place you've never been. Sometimes I feel a longing for the souls I've met in another life. That's a very interesting question. I've never particularly had a dream that, like, I intuitively, like, made a tie that it was to a past life. But I derive a deep sense of meaning and symbology from dreams. And it either has an immediate meaning to me or no meaning at all. Like, just for instance, I've had a dream, like, it was a few months ago, back when I was involved in this, like, relationship thing. And, I'm a very solo, independent person. I keep to myself, and I enjoy and honor my time alone. But I got in this, like, relationship with somebody, kind of relationship, situationship. We're not going to go into it. But nevertheless, I ended up having this dream where there was a black wolf, a lone wolf, that was, like, prowling off in the distance. And I was, like, eyeing it, like, is he gonna attack me? What's going on here? And the fucking lone wolf attacked me, and he was biting my arm, and I was fighting with a lone wolf. And I woke up from that dream, and what I interpreted from that was, I'm wrestling with the part of myself that wants to be alone. Because it's like I'm afraid to be in a relationship because I don't want to lose my independence. If that makes sense. And obviously that's not really the question you were asking there, but yeah, I've never had a dream about, like, a past life, but I do give a lot of significance and meaning to dreams when they really stand out to me. J-Rose, what's good? I called you J-Rose. That's so funny, man. I love you so much, bro. What's good, G-Man? Talking to the people. Fuck yeah, man. Just hanging out on live. Poncho Villo says, hope. What's up, Poncho? Calvin says, so your son not feeling frustrated with the fact he gets so few views really inspires me to get out of the poor old me mode. Calvin, you got to start somewhere, man. How are you going to get millions of views if you don't start with 0 views, bro? You know? And if you start with 0 views and you go on for a year, and now you only have, like, an average of, like, 10 views, 100 views, and you abandon ship because you're not where you think you should be, that just shows what your motive is. Your motive is to get famous. Your motive is to get views. Your motive wasn't rooted and anchored in passion and love and serving. Your motive was anchored in what you'll get from it, and that's an impure motive, so that's why, although I'm actively growing my channel and actively engaging in the process of blowing up the channel and getting more engagement, I'm not so much so focused on when is it going to happen, when am I going to be famous, you know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying the process, as it's called, because, like, I'm not going to postpone my well-being for way off in the future once I have this many subscribers or this many views or this much money. I'm enjoying every fucking moment of it, and I'm doing it from a pure motive. A motive of, I want to serve. I want to share what I have to offer because I know it's worthwhile. And I'm done pretending it doesn't amount to anything. I'm done thinking I'm being humbled by staying quiet. I'm going to fucking show up because I want to. And I'm called to. And that's what I want to do, One Bullies fan says, hi. What's up, homie? How you doing? Squirrel Sniper says, questions to the Christians, if I may. Have they read the Gospel of Thomas? I haven't. I know that, Squirrel. Calvin says, that means a lot, man. My heart is literally warming up. I don't know what you're referring to there, but... Rodriguez Legacy. I just scrolled to the bottom of the chat, by the way. Rodriguez says, is it easier to get views since you the transition he's talking about? Hey, less is more. I recognize you from the last live, homie. What's good, man? All right. What do we got in the chat? Axel, you think I'm a female, brother? Gandu says, do you know Bangladesh? No, I don't, unfortunately. Why did you quit weed? I quit weed because it was out of nowhere, like, really fucking potent for me. And, like, I'd been smoking every day, and then one day I smoked it after a short break, and it was, like, really intense, and long story short, I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. Yeah, Axel and Rodriguez. Nope. I am a dude, brother. I'm a dude, man. What do we got here? Axel said Northwood Shady was a girl. That crazy shade cooled, but interesting how the mind changes after texture male expects of human genetics for you feel weird or under the weather during talking to make related. Shit, bro. Squirrel, I appreciate you. This live right now, the flow and the energy and the sort of groove that we've found ourselves in, and the people that are here in the chat, for the most part, obviously, is beautiful. And I recommend you guys going back and watching last week's live, because there were so many trolls and so much just bullshit banter and people like making fun of my zits and like thinking I'm a female, and like one guy was like all fucking bent out of shape because he thinks I'm a cult leader, and it's crazy. I literally made a post today talking about how I want to start doing monthly private Zoom sessions, like as a group, because all of you right here who appreciate what we're talking about, we can do this, but in a private environment where we can all be on the call together and we can literally talk to each other in the moment, and the conversation will be more structured, more focused on what we want to talk about, and then people like Rodriguez won't pull up, and YouTube lives, you gotta love it, bro. It's a beast of a energy. It's wild. It does whatever it wants. I can't control it. But yeah, this live in particular is on a beautiful flow, for the most part. What do we got here? Less is more. High and see they're talking crazy. Yeah, some of them are. Essam Hashmi says, hello. What's up, homie? How you doing? I hope you're well. Oh no, the spiritual witch. Did you get that rash checked out? Shit. Rodriguez, watch out, homie. Watch out. You might start getting itchy. Brother. Itchy where the sun don't shine. What do we got here? I'm kind of just scrolling through the chat. Zane Richard, trolls creating fan fiction. Yeah, right, bro. That's fucking hilarious. What's up, Zane? How you doing, man? Yeah, there's a bunch of people pulling up in the chat now. Yeah, Squirrel Sniper said, I feel sorry for people like you, to Rodriguez. I never want to, but unfortunately for me, sorry sits in between pity and empathy. Yeah, man. It's crazy that, like, a lot of us are afraid to shine and afraid to express ourselves and afraid to share our art and our passion because of people like him. Because people will point out your acne and make fun of you and belittle you and think you're crazy and say who are you to talk, you don't know what you're talking, you're just a kid, and like keyboard warrior shit. We, so many of us, myself included, used to silence ourselves for those people. It's worth asking yourself the question, who are you silencing yourself for? You know, like I've been like actively embracing the reality of who I am. That Devon and Northwood Shaman are one being. There is no difference. And the way that this has been manifesting is on my personal Instagram account, posting on my story clips of my videos and thumbnails, like clips from these lives. And obviously on my personal Instagram, everybody I know from school, all my coworkers, all my family, all my friends, everybody can see it. And there's this huge fear of, oh my God, they're going to judge me. They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to make fun of me. They're going to criticize me. They're going to point me out. They're going to call me out. But when I think, what do they represent to me? Why am I afraid of what they think? And once again, back to what we were talking about earlier. If I post that clip on my story and somebody that I know that I thought respected me criticizes me, all that does is show where they're at. People like Rodriguez, like just, and like other people just throwing random shit into the chat, that says more about where they're at than it does about who they're talking to. When somebody judges you, criticizes you, it says more about them than it does about you. And I mean, I suppose if you post something or you show up and you share yourself and it's just a bunch of shit talkers and haters, you're just not in the right vibe. Because I can guarantee you, if you were in the right vibe, if you were surrounded by the right people, you would be lifted up. You're just not in the right friend group. You're not in the right group of people. You're not in the right thread. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy. It's been occurring to me. Like, who the fuck am I silencing myself for? Why am I going to sit here and be afraid to share who I am because fucking Sarah from high school might think I'm weird? You know, what the fuck does that mean? Why would I do that? Why would I care what people... And there's even people that I don't even know that I'm like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I don't know you guys on a personal level, and like, if a hater comes in and makes fun of a zit on my face, or makes fun of my lisp, or thinks I'm this whacked out, drugged out hippie, and I take it personally, and so, like, compensate by adjusting my behavior because they judged me. Oh yeah, you're right, I'm just a hippie here, I'll act normal. Oh my God, they're right, I have a zit here. I gotta cancel the live because somebody pointed out my zit because I'm a fucking human. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how, like, getting hated on is a sign that you're doing the right thing, because supposing that you're being true to you, the people that are hating on you, is just a sign that you're not vibing with them. You know what I mean? And it's a good filter to get them out of there. Cusp of Exposure says, I'll sub, but I gotta go. I appreciate you, homie. It's been a wonderful chat, man. Gut says, well, I am back. I think I recognize you from a little while ago. Asan Hashmi, you are very handsome. Thank you. Zane Richard says, the people who are saying negative things are just jealous. Don't sweat it. Yeah, and like a lot of haters, like if you say they're jealous for whatever reason, they deny it. But, you know, like I had somebody comment on my video, one of my shorts, just the other day, talking about just hearing how you're talking, people probably don't even want to talk to you because it's a shit conversation or something like that. And I just put into perspective how, like, this person doesn't even know me. Like, I don't, not only do I not even know them, but they have no idea who I am. And they're creating this entire image of who I am based off of a fucking 60-second clip a stranger that they saw on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? It's just so interesting how that shit works. Yeah, exactly, less is more. Life is too deep to be consumed with the surface. Exactly, bro. I basically just skip over the hate comments now. Robert McCula, sorry for my pronunciation there. Have you shed the illusion of separation? I'm on the journey, but shadows come out of nowhere over and over, which I guess is part of the process. Second bliss state came after, but disappeared shortly. Well, I don't see life as that defined as an experience. Like it sounds like you're describing the storyline of a video game. Like, are you encountering shadow beings yet? Like, have you let go of the illusion of separation? You know, like, it's not that neat. It's not that sequential and linear for me. I've experienced states of awareness that have a lack of separation. I've experienced states of unity, but as far as like for once and for all shedding the illusion of separation, no, I have not done that. I still think I'm over here and you're over there, you know, and but I am well aware of levels of reality where that illusion drops out, you know, and I'm not experiencing shadow beings coming out of nowhere. I don't know what you're referring to when you say the second bliss state. Yeah, maybe you could expand on that a little bit more. Squirrel says what the trolls forget is that they are paying you with watch hours towards monetization, right, bro? Your negative engagement is engagement. And like on Instagram the other day, I saw this comment on somebody's post that said, "Why does this stupid shit keep popping up in my feed?" And it's like, bruh, because you're fucking clicking on it and commenting on it. It's simple algorithm shit. You know what I mean? Why does this keep popping up? Because you're clicking on it. Stop clicking on it, man. You'll disappear. Axel says, I have a deep question. If all discover all is know is all is being great, but is self grows stronger than anything over thing. Axel, I love you. I appreciate you, but I don't understand what you're saying there, man. It's hard for me to grab the meaning out of what you're saying. Grace says, I am proud of you. I am proud of you, Grace. Thank you so much. That's so beautiful. Yeah, she is a beautiful energy. Calvin said, I prayed I would die a month ago as I would wake up not being able to breathe. I realized I wasn't ready to die as I know my mission is to alleviate suffering by helping people not make my mistakes. Facts, bro. Facts. And what a profound thing to have insight into. The way I see death and that stuff is nature will do it for you. Your death is pre-written. It's going to happen. You don't need to do it yourself because Gaia will do it for you. So what you need to do is hang in there and live this journey that you were meant to live. You know, there's a set of experiences which are lessons that you are meant to have. And also, we don't know what's going to happen when we die. We think we do. We'd like to think we do. Oh, nothing will happen when we die. It'll just be black. How do you know that? You don't. Nobody knows what happens when we die, and we act like we do. And the presumption in suicide is, I hate this, so I want there to not be any experience. And we think that death is a lack of existence. So obviously, we kill ourselves. But that's based off of such a presumption of something that we don't even know. We don't know. What if it's worse? What if you regret it immediately because you're in this alternate plane and this was better? So that's my main thing, is that Earth will take you when it's time, and you don't know what's going to happen when you die. So relax and just let go. Let go. Grace, thank you very much. I instantly got a very good vibe from you. Yeah, Grace, the spiritual witch is my mom, if you didn't know, and she is a very good vibed being. Such a beautiful being. Judging is just talking to a mirror. Facts. Facts. What we got here? Squirrel says fear blocks your paramagnetic, diamagnetic, and ferromagnetic sensors. I don't know anything about those. Stopping you from using your intuition. Is that true? That's far out. That's a fucking incredible inquiry. I didn't know that. The Miracle Empress. What's your birthday? My birthday is February 19th, 2001. Coco Good says, shh, dude, keep it to yourself. Don't know what you're referring to there, man. No way, Squirrel. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, homie. I hope you're well. How old are you? Oh, Globe Geography. Hi, what's up, man? How are you? It's so good to see you. Black Mirror, Axel is a poet. He is a poet. I just wish I could understand him. Daniel Jenkins says, love this channel. Glad I found this. Thank you so much, man. That means more to me than words can ever convey. I really appreciate it, bro. That's what it's all about. And yeah, Daniel, if you're still here, I go live every Thursday, 7 o'clock in the evening. And just kick it. Talk shit with you guys. Hang out. Get to know each other. Meet new people. Yeah, it's really fun. I show up completely, I don't even know how it's going to be, what we're going to talk about, but it's always an amazing time. Devin, I only want more views as it makes the prospect of saving a soul more possible. So you're saying you want more views so that you can reach more souls to possibly save them? Is that what you mean? Good attempt at my name. Robert McCulloch. Shit. Damn, look at Axel going off, bro. That's killer. You're 52, Squirrel Sniper. Let's go. That's incredible. Bizu says, do you know anything about alchemy? I know about alchemizing shit into other shit on an emotional and spiritual level, but like traditional alchemy, no, not really. Robert McCulloch said, hey, you said you were called to do this. What do you mean by that? Called to do what? Do these lives? Or like YouTube? If you're still in the chat, let me know, because I don't know what you're referring to there. But I can explain what I mean to be called to. It means that it's a innate, natural passion, you know? Like, within the past 4 months, I've went completely all in on YouTube. Completely. And it's I'm not going anywhere. You know, it's a journey where it's like, I'm a fucking YouTuber. I'm going to be a YouTuber. All in on the content, all in on the posting, all in on the quality, all in on the editing, all in on the consistency. And it was just calling. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna show up. It's my time to show up and to stop silencing stop playing small, stop, like babying my channel, stop breadcrumbing my channel, but go all in. And my YouTube channel is like my deepest passion. It's a calling. It's a calling. All of this is manifestation. This is a creation. This is a movement of God. It's like, this is my path. This is your guys' path to be here in this live. And like, the calling is by tuning into like my passion and following the thread of excitement, following what calls to me the most. Well, I like sharing the shit that I've learned. I like sharing the stuff that resonates so deeply with me that it's completely moved my life. And I like putting it in easy to understand, compact content that you guys can learn from and listen to and hopefully benefit from, and that's my calling. And the videos and the posts and the lives, the weekly lives, and soon to come Zoom sessions and coaching and all of this stuff is a calling. And I'm just kind of like flowing with it. You know what I mean? Squirrel. McCullough. Yeah. Yeah, Robert, I hope I just shed light on what your question was there. It's a deep calling, bro. It's my passion. You know what I mean? Jack Hall says, "Yo, boy, do you do shrooms?" Fuck yeah, I used to. Not a lot. I'm just kidding. I did shrooms a few times, but I've done the most psychedelics that I've done was LSD and DMT, and I don't use psychedelics a lot anymore. I mean, I have them. I haven't taken them recently, but I've done a lot of acid, a lot of DMT, a little bit of mushrooms, but that was back from the ages of like 16 to 20. I'm 24 now, and I haven't taken, I mean, occasionally, like last summer, I had like little bouts where I would smoke small doses of DMT, and just kind of vibe and feel nature and my connection to the cosmos and that stuff. But I haven't taken acid in years now. I haven't done like a breakthrough of DMT in a long time. Do you do shrooms, Jack? Axel asks, do you eat pizza? Fuck yeah, dude. I love pizza. Squirrel says, I have a 17th century alchemist book. I collect old book before 1939. No shit, that's badass. I remember asking my physics teacher what he thought of alchemy, and he's like, "Oh, that's bullshit. That's just like turning lead into gold." And I was like, "Damn, dude, like he doesn't know anything about it. I don't even know anything about it, and I know that he knows less than I do." You know what I mean? It's funny. Emily says, "Hi, just subscribed." Well, thank you so much, Emily. Welcome to the channel. I talk about spirituality and self-transformation and stuff. I post weekly, and yeah, I go live weekly. And I hope you fucking love the content, Emily. Thank you so much for joining. Squirrel said, have you heard of the experiment called the star in a jar? Sonoluminescence. No, I have not. That sounds very interesting. Wait, where am I at? Axel says, do you ever wonder if deep down you feel you're wrong for keep going about what you do as a reader of comments? Or action like learning outside of... Once again, I can't really decipher what you're asking there, Axel. Yeah. Hunted Coyotes says, you got a lot of flashbacks? What, from acid? No. Robert says, I've felt a call to write this process and video share. I don't like it. I don't really want to. I'm more afraid of being seen. My favorite feeling is when someone learns something from me, though. Well, if you have a calling to share, whether on video or writing, but you're afraid of being seen, that I think the direction you need to lean in, or should lean in, is the direction of the calling to share, bro. Don't let your fear of being seen hold you back from sharing the beauty of what you have to offer. There's a quote that says, don't die with your music still inside you. People are going to judge. People are going to look at you and think you're weird and not agree with you. And the game isn't to get everybody to agree with you. The game isn't to only have people love you. The idea, the goal, the art is to share your art, you know, because being you is what adds to variety in this world. It's what adds... Terrence McKenna, a beautiful psychedelic teacher, he has a quote. It was actually my senior high school yearbook quote. It said, you are an explorer and you represent our species. And the greatest good you can do is to bring back a new idea. Because this world is in crisis from a lack of new ideas. This world is in crisis from a lack of consciousness. Now, don't hold back your ideas because you're afraid to be seen. When you see that fear of being seen pop up, you say, listen, I know you want to keep me safe. I know you want to be agreeable. I know you want people to like me, but I'm on a fucking mission. And I got something to say. I got something to share. Now, I'm going to keep going. I know you want to keep me safe, but I'm going to share it anyways. And I understand that the fear you're showing me is to try to keep me in what you think it means to be safe, but I need to share my art. You know? It's a beautiful dialogue that will begin to take place when you stop compromising when you stop compromising your art because you're afraid of who will see that art. Majin said, what was the craziest... Where's that at? Where I found it. What was the craziest thing you've done on acid? I took acid on my last day of high school. That was pretty far out. It wasn't a huge hit. It wasn't a huge dose, but I was tripping. And I also took acid at a amusement park festival, like a town over from where I live, and with my brother, where it's like rides and carnival shit. That was wild, because usually it's like, oh my god, I don't want to take psychedelics and go out in public, but then for some reason that night we were like, dude, you want to fucking take acid and go to the festival? The festival in town, and it was like the best idea ever. But yeah, like, would you go on a roller coaster? I don't know, bro. Maybe if it presented itself in the moment. I'm not gonna, like, it's not on my bucket list to go on a roller coaster on acid, you know? But yeah, I've done some, it's more so, the craziest shit with acid is the stuff that happened on acid. Not what I did while I was on it, but the trip itself, you know? Devin, life or death here. I don't know what you mean there. Miracle Empress, you're the most Pisces I've seen in a while. That's fucking hilarious. You're the one that asked about my birthday. That's so funny. What about me, Miracle, if you're still here? What do you mean I'm the most Pisces? What's screaming Pisces to you about me? Robert says, pineapple on pizza. I'm down, man. Fuck yeah, let's go. Axel, did Jesus use alchemy? I don't know. Intrepid Pisces, badass. What's that mean? Squirrel, a sound is playing at a certain frequency that collapses a small bubble. Yo, Squirrel, I just saw a video today about that. That's really far out that you mentioned that. Squirrel says, I see those hearts. Who's pumping those hearts? And that's fucking awesome. Squirrel says, is our hearts our own? Nope, none of them. Are the voices we hear ours? Nope, they are just echoes of what has been. Shit, man. So we're just the observer. We're just sitting here watching. We're just the eye of the hurricane. We're just watching it all go down. Zane, you said... Oh, wait. Robert says, I really like the music metaphor. Thank you. I also feel deeply uncomfortable right near hearing your truth. Thanks, man, for the thoughtful advice. Of course, man. Of course. I hope you share your art. I hope you see that fear and say, listen, it's okay. I need to share this art. I hope you show the world how beautiful you are, man. Zane says, I think, therefore I am. Okay, so here's how I relate to that quote. I don't think it's I think, therefore I am, because that's sort of implying that the reason I am is because I think. I think the way that I would phrase it is I am, and there are thoughts. That's how Ram Dass said it, and it resonated with me. It's like, yeah, exactly. I am, aside from thoughts, and there are thoughts. I think, therefore I am, is coming directly out of the mind identity. You know what I mean? Reba Fluff just saw a fucking UFO. Let's pin that shit. That's awesome. I just saw a UFO. Damn. What'd it look like? Grace, deep squirrel. We aren't the thoughts, but the ones viewing them. Precisely. Bounce beats. Sounds like a nightmare. I don't know what you're referring to there. The Fruit Bomb says, what are you drinking? I am drinking chai. You're a Miracle Impress says you're a through and through feeling thinker, learning among thinkers / learner among other things. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I appreciate you, and I feel seen in that. I feel like you get the vibe and the energy, the expression. I appreciate you. Squirrel says, Grace, my latest download was being told the older soul. My latest download was being told the older soul we become, the more of an observer than the participant we project. That's interesting. My latest download was being told the older soul we become, the more of an observer than. That's interesting. Are you saying that like the older soul we become, the more we become what is that saying? Oh my God, yeah, I feel what you're saying. That's fucking beautiful. The participant that we project is the ego, a projection out of the soul. Yeah? And the more the older of a soul we become, the more we start to identify with who we actually are and disengage from that ego projection. I feel that all day, bro. BJ. Oh. This guy over here wants to know where I hid Saddam Hussein's body. Shit. I told you. Squirrel says, I told you synchronicities are getting stronger, my friend. Yeah, when you came in, you had some beautiful energy, homie. You still do. Squirrel, bro, elaborate on observer role. Shit. I forget. I don't know. Squirrel, I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but yeah, you could probably elaborate precisely on the observer role. Hans Weber wants to know, are you on shrooms? Nope. I'm as sober as a nun, brother. I don't know if I am. Wait. Robert says, in response to what? I don't know if I am honest, I hated everyone was suicidal, and then out of nowhere, bodhisattva vows found me, and the journey since has been wild. Now universal love, even for those acting horrific. So the fact that you just introduced the bodhisattva role, your ego might be afraid to shine. Your ego might be afraid to share your art. But you know what? The fucking bodhisattva who's here to teach and awaken others, the one whose purpose is solely to awaken. Don't dismiss that. Don't snub that out. And I mean, if the ego fear is outweighing the bodhisattvic passion and drive, the essence of the bodhisattva is not going to shine through you, man. But when you understand that your purpose here is to teach and to learn and to express and to help your brothers and sisters in humanity, that ego fear becomes irrelevant. And the only way, this is another interesting one, Robert, the only way to get over that fear is to go against the grain of it. If you want to share something and your ego says, don't do it, they're going to make fun of you, or whatever, they're going to judge you, you fucking do it. You do it. And then your ego goes, and then they don't judge you, and then you get lifted up, and it helps them. That's when you start to learn that fear is irrelevant and no longer serves you. It's not functional. It's trying to keep an old version of you safe. But when you're here to serve, you serve a higher purpose. And that fear of being seen becomes irrelevant. Like for me, for example, if you were here earlier, I was talking about like sharing snippets of my videos and my lives on my personal Instagram, where everybody I know follows me. And as I'm about to post it, I feel all this fear. Oh my God, they're going to judge me. They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to make fun of me. And then I say, I need to do this because I need to shed this fear of being judged. And I need to honor who I am. And I post it. And then somebody comments saying, I really needed to hear this today. I was in a really dark space and I really needed to hear this. Somebody I know, somebody I went to school with. And it's like that right there is why it's so fucking important to not snub yourself out, but to share your light, to show up in the brilliant authenticity of who you are. Because people need to hear you, man. People need you. Think about how many people right now are waiting to hear what you have to say. You uniquely, you know? Nobody else could say it the way that you need to say it for those people. Misfit, nice beats. Thanks, homie. Bizu says, I saw an old YouTube video on your channel where you say your YouTube name is what it is and how you used to mix different herbs to try and find different things. Did you ever find anything? Not really. No. What Bizu is referring to, guys, is that my username, Northwood Shaman, the Northwood part is because I'm in Maine, the northernmost state in the United States. And the shaman part is not because I'm a shaman, but because when I was a 16-year-old, which is when I made this YouTube channel, I used to like mix herbs, like smoke and consume all these different exotic herbs and try to find these fucking altered states of consciousness, like these new novel highs that others hadn't experienced before. And, you know, not to mention I was taking acid and DMT and mushrooms and changa and doing all this crazy shit. And I felt like I was like, I'm out here being a little fucking shaman, man. And I just made my username. But yeah, I just want to preface, I'm not a shaman. It's just my YouTube username. You know what I mean? Hans said, you look green. Shit, bro. Are you tripping? Axel says, what my energy at this very moment of time through the action of my words to you thought friend, man. Not sure what you mean there, man. I love you, though. The fact that you're still here, bro. I love you. That's a universal symbol. I love you, bro. To lift another. Facts. To go in against the grain, one must become an errant. What's that mean? I am one. Only takes one to becoming humbled. Facts. Oh my god. Reba, get out. Oh wait. Shit, I thought that was a new comment. I just saw the pinned comment. I just saw UFO and thought she commented it again. Smart mouth. Your name is Eric Caillou Rosenthal. Shit, man. I don't know what to say to that. I feel like we are all here. First of all, let's just take a moment. I love you guys. Like in this moment right now, hanging out. We're all scattered across the planet, doing our thing. We're here in this moment. I love you guys. Spending these Thursday nights with you guys is so fun and so beautiful and makes the engagement with you guys that much deeper. I love it. I just needed to take a moment to say that. Yeah, the Miracle Empress says, I feel like we are all here to walk each other through this wild ride called life, but must be courageous enough to share ourselves. When we do, it's the most generous thing we can do. Exactly. Precisely. The most generous and courageous thing all of you and all of us can do is be who we are. That's the most beautiful, authentic, and courageous thing we can do. Ramdas says, the best thing I can do for you is to work on myself. And the best thing you can do for me is to work on yourself. We're here, yeah, like the Miracle Empress suggests here, we're here walking each other through. We're all just here together, you know, and it's about love, and it's about not playing small, man. Showing up as who you are, you know, like humans are so beautiful and so unique and so expressive and different and so much art and so much expression and so much beauty, you know, and it'd be a shame to live in exile, to live in snubbing that out because you're afraid of what some jerk next to you is going to think. You know, you're here to be you, you know, and when you be you, you inspire people, you help people, you inspire people to be who they are, you know, like once again, I posted something on my story, my personal Instagram story, and was all afraid I was going to get judged. And then somebody commented saying, once again, I really needed to hear this, man. And he said, I think this stuff to myself a lot, but seeing somebody I know share it just validates it to me that much more. And it's like, exactly, bro. When you see that your fellow friends and family are resonating on that level that you thought you were alone in, it changes the game, you know? Squirrel says, I do rituals with Salvia Divinorum on the solstice just to keep in check with what's really going on behind the scenes of the world. That's incredible. I have yet to try Salvia. If I were to try it, I don't know, I'd probably take the pure leaves and smoke them. I wouldn't get a mixed blend. I bet you quit it, though. You put it in your leaves, or do you smoke it? Robert says, do you guys ever really understand these wild physiological feelings that come when trusting intuition? Or is it always just blind faith? It's always blind faith, man. It's always blind faith. You don't know why you know, but you just know it's what you need to do. And you don't know if you're right or wrong, but you know it's what you need to do. And I feel like the more that you trust that intuition, the more you have faith, and it's not even necessarily blind faith, because you know what you're trusting. You're trusting yourself. You're trusting your heart. And the more you trust that heart, the more you begin to trust the universe, because it will lift you up. It's like the universe wants you to live a life completely oriented around your well-being. But the one prerequisite to doing that is to have faith in that next step, to leap into the unknown and to say, here we go. I'm here to be me, and I don't know what the fuck that means, but here we go. So you never really understand it. Life isn't to be understood. Life is to be experienced. And yeah. Bizu says, what if you never stopped mixing herbs and you eventually found one? That, or this right now is a fucking trip that I discovered through some of the herbs. Or that a collapsed lung would have happened sooner, right, bro? You never know. What's faith, Robert, but searching for truth? Yeah. Have no fear. Facts. Jason Worsham says, especially when you're high. I don't know what you're referring to there, but I like your love life comment. That's beautiful. Unity in the community. Facts. I'm feeling a lot of unity in the community of this fucking chat right here. You guys are vibey. I'm feeling zonked on some lovey, peaceful, zenned out vibes. It's beautiful. KVR24 says, can you pray for my brother? His name is Mel. He just died. Well, if that's the truth, I do send my love and condolences. I'm sorry for that, man. I love you. Yeah, sorry to hear that, buddy. Exactly. If that's truthful, I feel you, man. Squirrel says, bong, dried leaves outside with a fire. Wow. An hour before dusk. Wow. What's it like, man? What's it like? But yeah, Kay, if you're for real about your brother, let's send some love to that. Yeah, prayers to your brother, man. Yeah. Calvin says, Devin, there are only 3 people I'd like to think I'd be brave enough to take a bullet for. You are one. Jesus Christ, really, bro? I gotta tell you, when I asked you what you thought of the last tune I made, and you said, well, that means a lot, man. That means a lot. You don't even know me, and you'd take a bullet for me. That's far out, man. 2A Patriot, Second Amendment Patriot. Is bad hygiene a prerequisite for being a shaman? You're just another stoner. See, 2A Patriot is an example here of the kind of person we were talking about earlier. where a comment like that may be enough to make somebody like shut down and not want to share, not want to express. Like, oh my God, he said I have a bad hygiene and I'm just another stoner. I'm going to end my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, comments like that are what scare genuine, authentic people from showing up, because people are just sour, miserable, judgmental trolls, you know? And unfortunately, that energy can like scare somebody who's coming from a place of love and authenticity, but you need to sort of just disregard that shit. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, are you spending your time filling the world with love, or are you spending your time filling the world with just toxic shit, you know? And at the end of the day, it's on your back what you've offered to the world, you know what I mean? Squirrel Sniper, I buried my mother last night. I feel your loss. Squirrel, wow. Wow. Death, yeah. That's another one, man, is we're all going to end up in the same place. And how do you want to spend your time? Do you want to spend your time judging and bullying and putting people down, or do you want to spend your time loving and showing up and being you and growing, you know? Inspiring. Prayers to your mom, man, too, yeah. So sweet. It sounded nice. Immediately thought he thinks it's pretty crap. The reason I'm telling you, Calvin, I've listened to your songs a couple times, and I kind of will just like, I'll have it going in the background, and I've never really taken the time to like invest my attention into it. You know what I mean? Ado says, "What the fuck is this? This is a YouTube live stream. I don't know if you've ever been on one, but I'm just a homie over here talking with some beautiful individuals. Welcome, if you're still here. If you have any questions, feel free to throw those in the chat." Squirrel Sniper says, "Robert, thanks, my friend. She was in a hospital for over a month, but the last few days, no pain and went in her sleep. Relieved she's with her mother now. She lost when she was a small child." Yeah, I live with my grandfather, and he is 88 years old. And yeah, he's gone through some health issues recently, and yeah, just seeing the inevitable of death and change, and the impermanent nature of reality can be scary, you know. And it's something that I'm learning to embrace and to allow and to learn from, and also to help me to appreciate every single moment, you know what I mean? Omema says, "Hello, I was just passing by and I wanted to say you're so handsome. Please have a good day." Thank you so much. If you're still here, that means the world to me. Filling my tummy with butterflies, bro. Thank you. My condolences. May she rest in peace. Montonia, that's sweet. More people need to try psychedelics at least once. Facts, Trip Eye. I feel that. Terrence McKenna was the one that said, going to the grave without having a psychedelic experience is like going to the grave without having sex. Very true. Squirrel, she always said, live like it's the last day of your life and sleep like it's your first. Wow, that's so beautiful. I'm still here to say, I love your eyes. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. It means the world to me. Axel's still going hard. As I said before, a friend is like a friend or more, to under them that one good. Axel, what's your native language? I'm having a really hard time understanding every single comment that you post. That's why I've been skipping over them. But yeah, I'm having a hard time understanding you. Trip Eye Square says, "Love you, bro. Have a good day." You too, homie. I love you too, man. I hope you're well. Monotonia says, "Really? I'm too scared to take psychedelics." If you're too scared to take psychedelics, listen to that. Don't rush. Don't force. Don't convince yourself. Don't head trip yourself. Don't guilt trip yourself into thinking, oh, I should take psychedelics. No. Take psychedelics when you're ready. When like a healthy fear is one thing, but when you're like, I don't want to do that, no, I'm not going to do it, don't let somebody peer pressure you into it. Do psychedelics when you're ready to. But yeah, monotonia, psychedelics are a profound mental, a psychological, and spiritual medicine that can dislodge limiting beliefs and depression and pain and addiction and false beliefs and delusions of life and other and self and self-deprecation, and it can completely transform your life. And Carl Jung says, beware of unearned wisdom, meaning psychedelics are a huge. He obviously wasn't referring specifically to psychedelics, but what he's saying is, or the way that I interpret that is that psychedelics can be a huge catalytic turning point in your life, and it's good to be prepared. It's good to kind of like know. Yeah, exactly. Trip eye. They must be treated with respect. Exactly. So if you feel fearful and reluctant to take them, that may, where you're at in life right now, that may be a good reason. Zane says 9 out of 10 people rate psychedelic trip experiences as one of the top 3 experiences in their life. I'm one of those people. So I'd say like if I were to name the 3 craziest things I've ever fucking experienced in my life, psychedelics, like collectively psychedelics, a total solar eclipse, and just fucking life itself. That's what I would have to say. I like that advice. Thanks. I knew there was a reason why I landed on your live show. That means so much to me, man. Yeah. Yeah, psychedelics are not the kind of thing you want to pressure yourself into doing, you know? They're starting to use psychedelics in medicine therapy as it rewrites the brain chemistry. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny, dude. Like, we're out here fucking the science is so behind. Like, breaking news: psilocybin eradicates fear of death in terminal patient, and it's like, yeah, no shit. We've known this shit for years. Single LSD experience causes person to get over alcoholism. So, yep, exactly. They're fucking magical. And because you've had them illegal for decades, you're like dragging ass on the research side of things, while we're over here basking in the benefits of these enlightening experiences that we've had with them. You know what I mean? Miracle Empress. Have you heard of Shungai? I highly recommend looking into the benefits and getting peace to have on you at all times. I feel like I have heard of that. Shungai. Shungai. What's it look like? I totally feel like I've heard of that. Trip eye. Amen, brother. Amen. Are we all like a monk group just talking in and out what we would and don't care if one care or doesn't that may be why most wish to find a friend or group. Well, you know what? I kind of feel the thread of what you're talking about there, and yeah, this chat, this vibe, this dialogue together is so beautiful and so powerful, and that's what it's all about, man. Bizu says, for me, the 3 craziest experiences in my life would be psychedelics, lucid dreams, and my deepest meditation. Yep. Yeah, meditation is another one, man. Like, I would have to say, yeah, one of the deepest experiences in my life is direct insight into the nature of reality, where it goes beyond a thought and starts to be oriented around direct, visceral, immediate experience, and you start experiencing the crazy shit. I would have to say, yeah, that's one of mine as well. My deepest experiences. Robert says, my research PI works with the VA, or did before cut funding, on psychedelic research. They don't let us go do that though without the PhD. So I'm a few years away from that. Wait, so what, Robert? What do you do, man? That sounds incredible. What do you do for work? Umema says, I like the vibe in this live stream. Thank you so much. It's a collective. It's a collective vibe that we all work together to build. And then it's just fucking rippling, like ripples, vibing, bouncing off of each other. And hours will go by just hanging out, talking, vibing. And it's so beautiful. And every single one of you are what create that collective energy. Chorbach, make it just in time. Yeah, man, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. What's up, homie? It's good to see you. Todd S said, I used to stand in front of Jared Garcia and watch him closely. Are you dead ass? That's fucking badass, if that's the truth. Trip Eye, this is amazing and beautiful. I was meant to find this today. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful, man. I love that. I love the energy, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you too, homie. How you been? Have you had a good week? I think you were here on the last stream. Emily's still here. You slay. This best live stream ever. Fuck yeah. Like I was just saying, man, it's a collective effort here. We're all homies hanging out. We're all omies just here scattered across the earth, vibing, having a good time, talking. It's so beautiful, man. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Umema, I subscribed. Thank you, homie. That means the world to me. I post every week talking about essentially the kind of stuff we're talking about here, and I really hope you enjoy it, man. You know, and the live streams, I love the live streams. It's, you know, a live stream where you're seeing, we're engaging with each other in the moment is so much different than you watching a pre-recorded video about a topic that you didn't choose. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously it's nice, but this is fucking awesome. This is awesome, being able to vibe together like this. Same with Joe Strummer. Todd, I don't know who that is. Robert says, I'm going to be a therapist, trauma researcher, and at this point, a researcher into the esoteric as well. Shooting for a PhD in clinical psychology to teach and research, or a PhD in social work and do the same. Oh, Robert, you have so much to share, homie. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. You keep going, bro. That's incredible. Monotonia, me 3, fuck yeah. Chor Bach, doing great. Life is beautiful. Got the kids to sleep. Can't wait to live another day. Fucking right, man. I know. I have a sprained toe right now, but fortunately it's the weekend, so I get to sleep in tomorrow, and I get to stay off my foot and relax and work on my YouTube and work on some projects and enjoy nature. Spring is here. I don't know where you're at in the world, but bro, we made it. Spring is here. I'm fucking going to Sedona, Arizona in May, which is profound. I am so excited. I'm going to go to the spiritual vortex centers. So, hey, man, if you're in Arizona, May 1st to May 6th, meet me at fucking one of the spiritual vortexes. We'll hang out. Calvin Mauve. Hey, is this an alternative account, man? Devin, can you read this? Yeah, what's up, bro? Umema, I'm enjoying my time here. I'm a girl, by the way. Good luck in your journey. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so glad you're enjoying your time. I don't know if I'm saying that right, by the way. Umema, but I'm so glad you're enjoying your time here. I am very much so enjoying my time here. I love Thursday Night Live. Every Thursday, baby. Have you come across radionics then as the crossover with esoteric healing? Radionics then as the crossover. Yes, Calvin. The Big H says Wagwan. My last comment got deleted. No, I didn't notice that. Take your dowsing rods. What's that mean? Trebek, that's amazing to hear. Have an awesome trip. I'm in Michigan. Love the springtime vibe, especially as a landscaper. Dude, I used to be a landscaper. That's hard work, man. That's hard work. For some reason, with your name, Trorbach, I imagine that you're like in a completely other country, bro. But that's cool. You're hanging out in Michigan. Yeah, the springtime vibes are so nice, man. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's like the wind the wind is still cold, but you can feel the heat of the sun. You know what I mean? Robert says, I have not. I have found a lot of random people who have one or two things I need that sends me to someone else. I gotta grab my charger. My phone charger. Oh, shit. To someone else. Rinse, repeat. My domain is Jung, Astro, all kinds system for birth location. That's so cool, man. That's so beautiful. Rob, are you here? Are you here in the U.S., man? Thunderbolt, the penetrator, not a penetrator, but Thunderbolt, the penetrator, is curious if I'm afraid of going bald one day. I feel like all of us who have hair have a healthy fear of going bald, to be completely honest. Umaima, nobody pronounces my name right. Don't worry, it's an Arabic name written in French, so it's okay to misspell it. That's so funny. How do you say it? That's cool. Umaima. Andy says, Har Har Mahadev, Om Namah Shivaya. Andy, how are you, man? Todd S. Dabs on top of Saltiva from Michigan. Oh, shit. Robert, what is apotheosis, man? What's that all about? Shit, where was I? Tanner, yeah, okay, my name is Tanner, the rest is my last name. T. Rohrbach. Oh, that's what's up, T. Rohrbach, that's cool, man. Nice, now I'll know to refer to you as Tanner, bro. You do pronounce it 99% correctly, though. Umaima, something like that, right? Umaima. Yeah. Squirrel Sniper, 2 copper rods, you'll find the ley lines. What are you referring to there, Squirrel? Radionics, though, I'll look at that. Indica dominant here. I don't smoke weed, man. I wish I could still fucking smoke weed, but the shit I just get so high, dude. French, sorry, a typo. You're all good. I figured that's what you meant. Everything have a number and color signature. Born Oregon, located in Mormonland at the moment. I graduated and a gap year for PhD if political environment won't get in my way. What is Mormonland? Shit. Umaima. The O is like the O in on, and Maima is like the name name a. Umame. Umame? Is that how you say it? The big itch. That's correct. Now it's 100%. Umeme. Oh, ameme. Ameme. Oh, shit. Is like the O and on. Mema is like name a. Ameme. Nice. The Miracle Express. If you had to travel to any year, past or future, but stay there, which year would it be and why? Oh shit, bro. Bring me back to, I mean, just because you're asking the question, but I'd say fucking like 2018, bro, when I was like deep into psychedelics and spiritual awakening. I thought I was losing my fucking mind, but bro, shit, the universe was ripping apart for me, and it was so beautiful, man. Zane Richard, as someone who smokes daily, why not just smoke from a one hitter? Dude, even that's too much, man. Just the tiniest little hit, bro. It's not even like worth it, because like the tiniest little hit, I get high, and it's like this. It's so intense, bro. I don't know how to describe it. It's like just really intense, and it's like I use it once a week on Sundays when I go to visit my family, my mom, and we all smoke upstairs and talk about, basically we talk about stuff like this, and I'll take a tiny little hit and sort of feel that energy, and it brings me deeper into the vibe of the conversation, but that's the only time. Andy says, you don't need weed or anything to get high. That's facts, man. Robert I almost said your name again, bro. I'm not sure. It's what I have to find, though. Apotheosis. Haha. My current understanding is, at least with friends and family, apotheosis to me is when someone reconnects to themselves. I need to look that up because I don't know what that's all about. The THC anxiety is real. I let my tolerance go, and it's a blessing in disguise. I'm learning to live high, sober. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, Utah is the Mormon mother state. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Utah is absolutely beautiful, though, man. I need to go back there. I've been there once, and damn, dude, that shit's beautiful. Mema. Shit, I'm still trying. Benjamin Alexander remembers smoking crack with me. Shit, way to put me on blast, bro. The Big Itch. I read your name as the Big Itch. We've all had a big itch before. Yeah, living high sober. That's facts, man. That's facts. Todd S. What is your best traveling advice? Todd, I don't know how old you are, if you're traveling with anybody, but my best advice is travel alone. Get out of your comfort zone. Go to somewhere you've never been before, and learn how to be with yourself. Completely out of your fucking element. Like, I'm going to Sedona. I don't know who was here when I said this, but I'm going to Sedona in May. Completely alone. I've never been there. I'm going to be all the fucking way across the country from where I live. And I'm going to be alone, just me. And it's going to probably be anxiety inducing. But it's beautiful. And you learn so much about yourself. And it cultures you. It gets you, it opens you up. It opens your comfort zone. You learn so much. You experience so much. And it's so beautiful. And yeah, my best traveling advice would be go to where you feel called to. And don't be afraid to do it alone. Don't hold back traveling just because you're alone. Oh no, Benjamin Alexander is spamming. Uh-oh. Black Mirror, you're still here. What's up, homie? The word apotheosis means, per Google, the highest point in development of something. Culmination or climax. Wow. That's incredible. I didn't know that, man. LOL, I read the Big Itch at first too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's the Big Itch. It's funny because, like, as I go on in the lives, I kind of just, you know how when you're reading a book and there's a name of a character that you can't pronounce it, so you just kind of skim over it, and then you eventually, like, create this, whenever you see that word, you just say your little blip. And, you know, that's the Big Itch. And Umima, you know, like when I see your name, Umima, like I just say Umima, the Big Itch, Todd S, Squirrel, you know, Robert, Black Mirror. I all just kind of give you guys like a little staple name, you know what I mean? Oh, Squirrel, I'm off. 137 here. Great stream. Subbed. Catch you again. Thank you so much, Squirrel. I'm so glad you're a part of the family now, homie. That's so beautiful. And I hope to see you again next Thursday, man. That'd be really fun. The Big Itch. I stopped smoking months ago after smoking for over 20 years. I'm relearning everything and rediscovering myself. Right, bro? Right? Yep, great advice. I go on treasure hunts for bass guitars and sometimes real luck hits. What do you mean, bro? Most people do. It's the Big H. H. Damn, dude. That's a risky username. You're trying to get people to pronounce that as H. I mean, that's a good shot. H. How would you spell H? The Big H. Umima. Bizu. The Big H. I'm going to start saying the Big H now. You got me. You caught me, bro. You can call me Uma. I hope this one is easier. Umima. No shit, my nickname as a kid was Tots. Really, bro? Tots. That's so funny. My nickname as a kid, my name is Devin. And as a kid, I had ADHD. My nickname was Reverend Devon. Fucking never calmed down. I notice you don't mention anything on alcohol. Do you ever drink alcohol? Yeah, I drink very occasionally. Like if I'm at a concert, I'll have like a drink. I usually like hard ciders or like hard kombucha. But no, I don't drink like maybe once a month, you know. Yeah, Ahmed Sada. You're talking to her, bro. Shit, bro. Come on, Ahmed. Smarten up, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, right, dude. Right? That face. I wish I could comment. Wait, what can I... Shit, I can start a poll or a Q&A. Can I do filters? Oh, look, I can make myself look better. Damn, I can make myself look... You see that? What the fuck? How do I get rid of this? Zane Richard. Oh, Todd S. Psilocybin has caught on big time around here. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. Psychedelics in general are blowing up. You know what I mean? The Big Itch. 3EB. Zane, you're wondering if my mom's ever done psychedelics. She was dosed with LSD back in either in the 90s, I think it was the 90s, maybe the 80s. Her friend gave her a piece of gum with acid on it and didn't tell her. And my mom started tripping balls on acid and didn't know what the fuck was going on. And started kind of freaking out. And her friend was like laughing at her. And my mom was like having visuals and shit. And this guy that was tripping took her outside and said, I want you to know something. Like this guy saw my mom tripping out and like he knew what to do, and he took her outside and he was like, you're tripping on acid right now, and kind of like let her know. And he's like, look up at the stars. And she looks up and sees the beautiful stars. And long story short, they ended up having a beautiful rest of your night. But as far as I know, that's the only time my mom has ever taken psychedelics. Uma, you look good. No need for filters. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Alex Connor Ferguson. What's a shaman? I don't know, man. Shaman is somebody, in my understanding, somebody who, and first of all, I'm not a shaman. It's just my username, you know. A shaman, from what I've gathered, is somebody who is able to traverse altered states of consciousness and learn about things in this physical realm. Learn about the sicknesses that people have. Learn about who's been doing people dirty. Learn about who needs to what kind of healing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's somebody who goes into altered states of consciousness and is able to bring back insights into this physical realm. I'm with Alex. What makes someone a shaman? I don't really know that. Alex, can you predict the future? Shit. No. Are you an intuitive musician? No. What is an intuitive musician? Like somebody that makes a song just completely out of their like flowing intuition? Bing bop, boom boom bam. Is that fucking Kendrick Lamar song? Shaman is a monk on shrooms. That's one take on it. Having a trip the big H, not itch, H. Having a trip master can literally change your life, dude, but also I think you can handle it. One bad trip can also change your life, and I mean for the better. Facts. That's very true. I've never had a psychedelic trip with a trip master present, you know what I mean? That's a far out name. Imagine if instead of calling themselves shamans, they called themselves trip masters. Fucking A, man. That's crazy. You're ayahuasca trip master. That's crazy. Insight. What's up, homie? You're late to the party, bro. How you doing? Umima. Thanks. I was about to ask what a shaman means. You answered it before I even had the chance to ask. Yeah. Yep. I am not. Disclaimer. I am not a shaman. It's just my username. I made it when I was like fucking 16 years old, and I thought it sounded cool, and I just haven't gotten rid of it. You know what I mean? Alex, what is up with that glass globe they have on their desk? What are you referring to there, man? Zane says a shaman in a spiritual sense is someone who separates themselves from the human vessel to act as a bridge and guide from spiritual to physical. Couldn't have said it better myself, homie. Hello, Insight, right? What's up, bro? The big itch sounds menacing. Yeah, the Siberian itch. Shit, bro. A true shaman has more footing in the spiritual world than this one. Yeah, I feel that. Sorry with the typos. Oh, you're all good. You're all good. I see boatman type people that guide outside this realm. What would you consider those who ferry people? Ooh, that's an interesting question, Robert. Bodhisattvas, man. You ever try those purple flowers that make you trip balls so hard? People say they lived as a wall for 400 years. Alex Connor, you're referring to salvia, I think, right? And no, I've never tried that before. I is Ahmed. I is umami. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm 24 years old. Bruh, spider on the wall. Nope, those are teddy bears. Fucking get with it, bro. Teddy bears on the wall. You ain't living till you got teddy bear wallpaper. Ahmed Sadeh. Ahmed. The big itch. A trip master doesn't necessarily have to be a whole shaman, just someone who knows what's up. Just like the guy who helped your mom. Right, bro. That's facts. Facts. That's so true. See, that was my brother, bro. That was my brother. Like, I'd be like flipping out on acid, and he'd be like, dude, it doesn't have to be like this. You know what I mean? And, like, he always brought me back to my senses. I'd be like, who the fuck am I? What is this? What is reality? Who are we? What's going on? And he'd be like, bro, just look around. Just hear the music. Just feel your body. Look what's happening right now. And I'd sit back and I'd look at the visuals, and my fucking visual field is like morphing and changing. And like, I look at myself in the mirror and it looks like I'm fucking making faces at myself because I'm tripping so fucking hard. And I'm just like mind blown. Like, crazy, dude. Like, how many of you have seen the fucking power of psychedelic hallucinations? It's unspeakable how powerful that shit is. Who's throwing the hundreds in the chat? What's up, bro? Damn, you're getting creative pronouncing my name. Oh, mama. It's like different every time now. Shit, Amama. Not sure exactly as interpretation is a hell of a drug, but if they don't feel threatening, that's what matters. Interpretation is a hell of a drug. That's far out. Ahmed, I'm the oldest one here. Shit, how do you know that, bro? I'm sorry, hold on. That makes me the shaman. No, I don't think the shaman is like the oldest person. Whatever those type are. bodhisattva, maybe. I don't know. The Bodhi's vows were the first time hearing my body higher self talk to me. But the boatman holds space open to move people. What I want to be. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. The boatman, the ferryman. That's such a beautiful image. Bizu, what were your doses? Good acid. That's all I can say to that. Fire fucking acid. Like, people that take acid and they're like, I think I'm seeing something. It's like, no, dude, that's not. You're not tripping. Acid, an acid trip is when you can't not fucking see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's everywhere. You look at your hand and your fucking fingerprints are blowing around like ocean waves. And you fucking, like, it's crazy, dude. You look at yourself in the mirror and fucking your face is like, your fucking eyes are growing and shrinking and it looks like your fucking hair is like, it's so intense. Like, I don't know if it's just me or what, but like, it's so intense, dude. You look at a fucking, just the carpet and it looks like patterns, like geometric kaleidoscopic patterns are like growing out of it and fucking, it's crazy. It's crazy. You look at people's faces and they look like cartoons and like, yeah, it's wild shit. I hate this chat limit in chat. What do you mean, Robert? The miracle. Empress, you're raising your hand. What are you referring to there? Oh, the acid, the visual, psychedelic hallucinations. Oh, mama. Oh, shit, yeah. Umami. Damn it. The big itch. You were the only one that had my back with helping me pronounce that shit, man. I've only ever had one gel tab at a time. Are they good? How hard did you trip? Throwing hundos agreeing with you. Fuck yeah, bro. It's getting funnier. Yeah, dude. I'm getting tireder. Huh. Ahmed, I'm not going to say that because I don't know what the fuck that means, man. It's probably something dirty. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas got the visuals pretty close. Yeah, that's very true, man. That's very true. The carpet scene and shit, very true. And for the time that movie was made, yeah, that's fucking, it's pretty accurate, man. Yeah, it's insane. Like, oh my god, it's so crazy. Fucking, it like looks like everything's fucking crawling and like morphing. It's insanity, bro. Scotty Dog is curious about DMT. DMT is insane in a whole other way. DMT is the kind of thing where when you smoke DMT and you fucking put your hands over your eyes, you're seeing impossible shit. Patterns and sceneries and faces and beings, and you feel like fucking people are there and you feel like they know you and you're talking to them and they're asking you questions and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And like, you know this space from a different time and like, fucking crazy shit, man. DMT visuals are insane. Like, if you smoke a high dose of DMT and you open your eyes, yeah, your whole world will be fucking falling apart. Like, I remember one time I was like breaking through on DMT. I'd smoked this huge dose and it was so intense that I like tried to pull myself out of the trip and I like sat up and opened my eyes and my whole reality was just fucking like melting into vibrations. And my brother was present and he was sitting in the chair on DMT as well. And dude, he looked like fucking Shiva. He had like multiple arms that were like doing shit. And he had like multiple eyes all over his face. And he was like doing stuff. He was like, it was fucking insane, dude. Insanity. Umami said, as a person who can't see a meter ahead without my glasses, I can say when I look at the mirror without them and unfocus my eyes, I see myself with 3 eyes. No shit. It's like crossing your eyes type shit. That's wild.
Bizu said, you definitely had the good shit. I saw everything very electric and colors were changing a lot. I saw my face how the trippy happy face stickers usually are. Like kind of like shuddery like tracers. Yeah, dude, fucking good acid will blow your mind. Like, oh my god, dude. Like the peak, you can't you like yeah, I remember the most acid I ever took was like 3 tabs of that acid. And my brother loved taking huge doses of acid. He'd take it and he'd just fucking melt into a puddle. And I was a little different. You know, I take the 3 hits and within 45 minutes, I'm like fucking, like, I'm like chattering my teeth and my whole body's shivering. And I'm like tapping my foot because I'm like, it feels like there's like 100,000 volts of electricity being pumped into my body. And I'm like tweaking, bro. I'm coming out so hard. And like, I'm like standing up and sitting down and standing up and sitting down and fucking at one point I like look at my hand to see how hard I'm tripping to like test the visuals, and that's that reference I was giving a moment ago. I looked at my hand and the fucking the fingerprint pattern was like blowing around like wind. It was just like blowing around, and I fucking looked at the bed and it looked like the sheets were running off the bed like liquid. And fucking I looked at the TV and we were watching like this video of this guy mountain biking or something, and it was just this morphing fucking image, and I was so overwhelmed with the effects that I literally fucking ran into the bathroom and like vomited. And like as I vomited into the toilet, it was like rainbow colors and more morphing and more fucking chaos. And that was one of the trips where my brother was like, dude, you need to calm the fuck down. He's like, come over here, come sit down. And he sat me down and he's like, look at what's going on. And I looked around and my whole world is like fucking just melting. And I witnessed such profound fucking beauty that is, you can't even put it into words. You're literally seeing like God performing magic tricks in your vision. It's crazy shit, bro. Let's see here. Mama said, I'll be right back. Gotta eat suhoor. I'm a Muslim and it's Ramadan. I have to fast tomorrow. No shit. That's really interesting. That's so fascinating. I don't know much about that religion at all. Mithrunder, Ram, what's up, homie? Ram. Namaste. Bro, don't disrespect the name of a shaman for real. I don't, man. It's just my username. I've had it since 2016 and I'm probably not going to change it. I'm sorry if it offends you. You know, it has offended multiple people. I don't claim to be a shaman. I'm not a shaman. I say that I'm not. But I have to tell everybody that comes my way with those kind of comments. That feeling when you first smoke DMT and those entities in symbols patterns notice you and you notice them back, it's intense. Holy fuck, dude. It's insanity. The fact that you're interacting with a hallucination, you're talking to a drug, that's a crazy thing I've realized one time. I came out of a DMT trip where I was engaging with this being, and when I came out, I was like, I was just talking to a fucking drug. I was just hanging out with a drug experience. It was fucking a wild, like, perspective. You could do great in the Yucatan or the Amazon. What do you mean, bro? Salvia was kind of scary. Yeah, I've never tried salvia. What were you saying, Grace? Oh, you're still here, Grace. What were you saying earlier about when someone has their fingers over their forehead? So this right here is what's called a mudra. And there are a plethora of mudras. You know, there's this. You know, you see people meditating like Om. Those are all mudras, and what they are is gestures. And what, like, the way that we use them practically when we practice mudras is to tune into different frequencies, if you will, to like tune into different states. But saints or Indian gurus perform mudras spontaneously, where they happen without any thought. They just occur. And this mudra, if you see a saint, or anybody for that matter, now that I'm informing you of this, when you see somebody like this, it's a manifestation of God. It's saying everything is under control. This mudra means everything is under control. Somebody with their hand on top of their head is God saying, I have all of it under control. You're all good. Don't worry. Relax. It's okay. So anytime, like sometimes I'm sitting on the couch and my hand's like this, and I'll notice it and I'll be like, damn, dude, like everything's under control. You know, like this is sick. Or I'll see somebody, like I'm talking to somebody and they like go like that and it clicks. And I'm like, it's like an in the moment communication of God, you know? How do I at someone? I don't know. You'd have to probably type their specific name. Blue is goat Geman. I want to see your brother so bad. That's so funny. Do you believe in Oscar? Oh, what's up, Oscar? How you doing, man? Do you believe in grounding? I do. Also, I wonder, did you ever trip when camping in the woods for a night alone? So I tried taking acid alone in the woods on my own. And I fucking ended up bailing on the trip and like going up to my brother's house. Go figure. Like as the acid was coming on, I was like, I don't want to be out here alone, man. And I like packed up all my shit and I went up to my brother's house and like tripped at my brother's. It was funny. Dude, I want to see your brother so bad. Yeah, right. He's a fucking legend. I should get him on a live with me sometime. Lived on Maui when I was a kid and ate bags of mushrooms. We would pick out of a pouch. That's crazy, bro. DMT made me end a 3-year relationship because I saw their soul and couldn't unsee it. Come to find out, I was right. They were cheating. That's fucking crazy, and I don't doubt it at all. That's wild. Ramadama got some hate comments. That's crazy. I do that mudra. Not sure how you spell it. Yeah, exactly. And mudras are a natural expression. You know what I mean? Like this or anything like just subtle stuff. Subtle. You look up mudras and you look up, it's mudras, mudras. Look up the different mudras there are and you'll notice that you do them spontaneously, and once you sort of tie in a meaning to it, it starts to give it a different feel when you catch yourself or somebody else doing it. I was about to say that teddy bear border is blessing us. It totally is, man. Vibes. When I first did DMT, my hands started to feel very strange. I put them out flat, out like a Zen pose, and the amount of energy that radiated down through my spine was crazy. There's definitely something to the Zen pose, and it was like finding a spiritual Easter egg. That's so far out, dude. That's so far out. Yeah, my first DMT trip, I dabbed the shit, dude. I dabbed it. And, I laid down in my bed, and I felt like the weight of the universe sank down in on me. I was suddenly like millions of pounds. And, suddenly I was like racing down this fucking hallway, and I'm like, oh wow, DMT, right, okay. I was so like naive. I was like, right, the hallway. And I'm racing down this fucking hallway, and it was like mossy brick, like granite bricks or some shit. And on the ends of the hallways were these like faces, masks, like Aztec masks, and they were making all these crazy faces at me. So I was seeing all these faces. And then suddenly there was like this being next to me, and it was the big Buddha belly guy, the big laughing Buddha, and it scared the shit out of me because it felt like somebody was there. It was the first time I ever felt the feeling of a being, one of the entities. And I like opened my eyes. I was like I gasped and opened my eyes, and I have a tapestry, actually this tapestry right here with all the trees looking up at the trees. That tapestry was above my bed, and all the branches were like coming down into the fucking room. It like I could have reached up and grabbed them. It was fucking wild. Yeah, that was my first DMT trip. But hey, guys, as much as I would love to stay here for another hour, 2 hours, chatting it up with you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna put this live stream to an end. This has been profound, man. I love the lives. If you're new here, I do this every Thursday, 7 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. I go live on YouTube, and we hang out, and we talk. Oh, wait, what I did wasn't DMT, it was MDMA. No shit, that's a funny fucking mix-up, man. Robert, I love you. Taramel, hello from Germany. Hello, Taramel. Thank you for joining. I'm just getting ready to head out. It was wonderful to get to know you, but you as well, homie. It's been an amazing time. I love the lives so much, and your guys' energy is so collaborative, and it's a community effort. You know, it's so beautiful. Peace and love, Scotty. Mila, I did DMT and I didn't do anything. You didn't smoke enough. Great stream, bro. Keep up the positive vibes. I love you, Zane. Indian time doesn't fit with your live. I'm so sorry, man. I know. That's what it's going to be in sometimes. Grace, good night. Love to you. Love how your lives make me feel. Oh, I love how your energy makes me feel, Grace. Thank you so much. I hope you all have an amazing week filled with love and joy and growth. And you know what? Don't be afraid to shine your fucking light. Show the world how beautiful you are. And we'll touch back in Thursday. We'll talk about our week, and we'll see how we've been. Taramel, before I go live every Thursday, homie. 7 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. I live in Maine in the United States. Every Thursday at 7 o'clock. Invoke favor upon me, brother. I don't know what that means. Maybe blessings or prayers, but I love you, Aaron. I hope you're well. I wish you the best. And I wish all of you the best. Have an amazing week, guys. I love you. It's been real. And I'll see you next Thursday. See you, Bizu.